to all of our good morning, Driven directors. Let's say hello to our directors that are watching online. Say hi. Say good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning to all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. There you guys are. Hi. Okay, awesome. So we were going to Zoom this, and instead we're going to practice Zoom immediately after our dance practice. Like, you know, with a few. Zoom is what we're planning to do tonight to have strong connectivity for our out-of-town hubs and people who are around the country that want to be on. We're going to talk about that today. I have that on my agenda and things to talk about, okay? Well, we're going to open up this morning with a word of prayer. I would like to ask you, if you are here physically and present, to be here as well mentally and spiritually. I have a lot to share from my heart this morning. And so just to be sure that we're on airplane mode so that we don't get disconnected. Does that sound good? Yes, we want to make sure that the people who are on can stay on, okay? And of course, we have prayer requests that we do want to pray for as well too. Thank you guys for praying for my mother-in-law's foot. Oh my gosh, this surgery is completely different than the last time she had it done. Her recovery process has been incredible. She doesn't feel pain. So I just really want to thank you guys for your prayers. We're just so absolutely grateful. So thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys, if you would please keep Ana Mari in your prayer. She's got just like a few more days here before the baby is born, okay? I do have a intern that I'm interviewing tomorrow, okay? So please pray that she is a good fit. But I am looking for summer interns, okay? Like someone who just graduated from high school that is going to start college in the fall would be a great fit. I need someone who's young with a lot of energy, who can physically move very fast, who is tech savvy. Did y'all get that? Yes. Okay. So I am interviewing someone tomorrow. Yeah. And any other prayer requests that we may have today? Make sure. For your dad? What's going on with dad?
He has been diagnosed with stage cancer.
Oh.
Lymphatic nodes.
Oh, wow.
He's
Okay.
awaiting the results of what exactly they're going to do.
Where does dad live?
New York.
In New York. That's right, because mom's in New York. And is he retired or working?
No, he's working.
He's working. Okay. When did you get the diagnosis?
About 3 weeks ago.
Okay, so it's very recent. Okay. We need to definitely pray for your dad. What is your dad's name, Rosa?
Robert.
Robert. Okay. All right. And how's Mr. Henry doing?
I'm not praying anymore. Thank you, God.
Amen. I love that praise report. That's awesome.
I'm just waiting for him to be able to dance with me.
Oh, I love that. So he's doing great.
Yeah, we haven't danced in a year and a half. So I'm
That's awesome. Yeah, that's
But
awesome.
me and him, yeah, we dance very good. So,
That's good. It's your thing.
yeah.
I love that. That's awesome. Any other prayer requests? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So some of you have been asking, some of you may know already, but Lottie asked me to share that she lost the twins that she was pregnant with. She was 5 months pregnant. She did physically deliver them, and they have death certificates and everything. They have their names. We'll be visiting her next week for a few days. So if you want to send anything with me, like little notes or whatever, she just wanted you to know, because she tried with her voice to share the news, but she could never get herself to do it. She's doing, for what she's gone through, she's doing extraordinarily well. Her faith has never been stronger, and that has transferred everybody around her. God is using her in great, mighty ways through her great faith. I know it's still tough. And so she actually, when you do see her, she doesn't want you to be awkward and avoid it. Hug her, tell her it's okay. Like, she wants you to know that it's okay to share it. Because if you want to communicate with her, best is officer, because she may not want to talk about that right now, but when you see her, don't avoid it, because she knows it's something she wants to work through and remember, but also get through. So yeah, just want to let you guys know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's pray. Roslyn, tell me your dad's name one more time. Robert. Okay, let's pray. Father, we thank you so much for this month of June. We thank you for this morning. We thank you for these leaders. And we thank you for this time together. Father, we are so grateful right now for the health that you've restored to Henry, Father. We're so grateful that he's on the road to recovery. I know it's been a long process, and so it feels so good to celebrate, Father, and we thank you for that. I thank you for Annette's speedy recovery, that her toe is healing well, and that she has increased quality of life once again. We're just so grateful for modern science and what it can do. Father, we lift up Robert, Father, Rosalind's dad, and his entire family, his wife, his children, his loved ones, Father, as this is not an easy diagnosis, but we know that you are the healer of all things, and that those that are called according to your purpose, Father, that all things work together for good, that this would be an opportunity to bring their family closer, for Robert to be a testimony to others, Father. And we pray for total healing of his body, Father. We pray for a complete eradication of this cancer from his body, Father, that he has a long life to live and beautiful grandbabies to live for as well. Father, we lift up our sister sales director, Madi, and her amazing husband, Rich. Father, only you know the exact plans that you have for us. And so right now, I just thank you for her faith in you and the strength and the comfort and the peace that she has found in you. We know that those babies are happy in your arms, Father, never knowing any of the pain here on this earth, and for that we are grateful. But Father, I just pray that we as a Driven family would come around her, that we would be a comfort to her, Father, that we would be an uplifting to her soul, Father. I thank you for her love for you, Father. It's never been more evident. I know that she is a great testimony for she's a great testimony for the love that you have for her, Father. Father, I just pray that you would be with me right now, that you would empty me of myself and fill me with your spirit, that I'd be able to deliver this message that you put on my heart and that you put on my mind, Father. I pray for this time that we come together, that we would trust each other, that we would have passionate conflict, that we would work through all the things that we have to work through together to reach the vision that you've given to each and every single one of us. I thank you for commitment and sacrifices that people make to be here today. I thank you that Rosalind and Lisa drove in and the 6 other consultants driving in from Orlando. I just pray for tonight. I know that the weather is not great today, Father, but I know that when there's a passionate heart, I know that when there's commitment, that they will come. And so, Father, I just pray that you would be with us as leaders tonight, that we would be here to serve with open arms, ready and willing to deliver all that it is that we need to deliver. We ask you for all these things in the precious name of your Son, Jesus. Amen. Amen. All right, well, good morning once again, and I'm going to start this morning with training because I'm a D. We just want to get to it. How does that sound, okay? We're going to go through training. I'm going to tell you where we are and what we need in June as well, too, okay? And our goal for the month of May, all right? And then we'll have our natural break more or less when it's time, okay? And then I'll go through announcements and we'll close with recognition, okay? Once we're done with recognition, things that we have to work on, and we're going to do a little bit of working together here this morning as well too, is summer beauty school, and we need to practice our dance once again, okay? So we have summer beauty school to practice our dance. Today, and when I'm done with our training, I do want to work out logistics as far as how we can connect people who are not at a hub. Like I have people in Phoenix and in California that all want to be a part of this, okay? And so when I said I need your thinking caps on, I need your thinking caps on. Like I have a vision, but logistically, like I don't have the answers. And I know that all of us together, you know, one of the questions is how can we translate everything in Spanish? We had some Spanish consultants here, and Jessica did a phenomenal job talking the entire time, but we need something better. And you guys, I just love that this is our situation. More people want to be involved. So we've got to be better. We've got to be better to connect them. I need all of you fully engaged. You might think, oh my gosh, that's not my power. That's not my strength. But you just never know when a stroke of brilliance will hit you. You say it and you're like, oh, did I say that? Well, it really wasn't you. You were just willing. You were available. Your heart was open and God sent you a message and you opened your mouth and there it was. You know, it's not always going to be Lisa Michelle and Romy that have the logistical answers, right? Just because you think it's not in your forte doesn't give you permission to check out. Being willing and being engaged, you absolutely never know when a stroke of brilliance will hit you. True?
True.
Look at Romy.
All the time.
Romy gets so many hits of brilliance. Logistical? Are you kidding? Oh my goodness. Romy, PR. All right. All right, so we finished May with a 20% increase over April. We had 460,000 retail, 230,000 wholesale, which was a phenomenal month, okay? We had 81 new agreements for the month. But only 37 ordered, which is just shy of half. It's actually good. It's better than it's been. I know that still sounds like too little, but I want you to know it's actually better than what it's been, okay? So I was gonna ask about this. Are you guys doing your orientations one-on-one, or, and let me make sure that the people in the world of a Voxer group are okay. Yes, they are, so I can close my Voxer. Okay. Are you guys, oh wait, hold up, come back. There they are. Okay, are you guys doing one-on-ones, or are you guys using my video that's on the app, Welcome, whatever? So by raise of hands, how many of you do one-on-ones? Beautiful. Okay, put your hands up. How many of you use the video?
I used it for the first time.
For out of town?
Yeah, out of town.
Okay, so it's a little bit half and half.
I still do it.
You send them the email with the video. Most people probably do, don't, you don't, no. You do both. Some of you do both. Okay, because if they hear it, people have to hear things 7 times before they get it, right? Okay. Well, I'm asking just to get feedback because it is better. Like, we're almost at half of new consultants are ordering, and really our goal is to get it to 100%. But we all know that there's buyer's remorse, and people join and then they change their mind, and that is inevitable. That happens. Okay, this is great. So where are we at the end of May? Are you ready? We are at 166,500 in commissions. What we need is 200,000 in commissions. So we are shy 33,500 in commissions. So let me tell you what that looks like. Are you ready? You will need to triple your God bless you. You will need to triple your April production for us to hit Diamond Circle.
April or May?
May, sorry. I meant to say May.
Okay.
Whatever you did in May, write it down. Now multiply by 3. Some of you are like, good, that's what I need to do anyway. And I knew that. Do you know that I knew that? I started doing a few. It is like exactly. I just want you to know that for me, that'll put me at trip for my unit. Yeah, yes. For us to hit Diamond Circle, you need to do 3 times what you did in May. Okay, so like no one left behind. Like, no one left behind. Yeah, breathe, Rosalind. She's like, that's a big number, girl. Breathe. Everybody's gonna breathe together. Okay, so I wanna ask you, how can you reach 3 times what you did in May? How can you sell 3 times more in June than you did in May? How can your people sell 3 times more in June than they did in May? How can we have 3 times more activity? How can we work 3 times smarter? How can we be 3 times more effective? Go. I need my pen. That's my pen in my bag. All right, who wants to?
Well, I'm gonna say that your student promo store gift really works for my team because only 3 earned it the first time and 7 earned it this time. So, I mean,
You mean the bracelet?
whatever promo
The
had in
earrings,
the card,
the
brush,
earrings,
the
cleaner.
promos that you want, they all want a little gift from art.
Little touch.
Yeah, they all want it from
More.
you.
What did you call them?
Yeah, so I mean, that pushed my team on it.
Is a gift not from me, but it's a gift
Yeah.
from you.
Yeah.
It's a special.
They're getting
to
ready to
receive
receive
it from
it.
you.
Regardless what you get. Like, it doesn't matter what it is. It's
Her face is like.
I can give you a certificate. No, it can be a certificate from you. but
Is
it's
this
from
really
you.
gonna make people produce 3 times more? Because the prize would be at $650 instead of $225.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes,
I mean,
yeah, and I will say it gave, I'll put it this way,
Wait, let me turn this around.
it gave me so many personal teas placing
Yeah.
250
Me
orders.
too.
Yeah.
So
I had to do the same.
So I wish I would have looked at what my personal unit size was at in April, but it hit 30 in May because of the personal teas that came back.
To get my earrings.
To get your
to
earrings.
get the earrings, yeah.
Yes.
had
And
a
I
lot of
even
people-
had some people that like were DTD that missed it by like $10 and $15, but they still placed an order.
And
I
all-
had more
all my
personal
600
teas
is
placed
650.
orders this month
Yeah.
that I've had in probably in a while.
Yeah.
Like at one
That
time.
also lined up with the new product, the mask.
True,
Yeah.
true.
Like that was a little
Icing on the cake.
Yeah.
But
strategic.
this will line up with beauty school. because they're gonna have to get their stuff anyway, and the promo
And
But that doesn't get teased
And this,
usually.
well,
You know what I mean?
That's a promo.
One of the biggest things that I'm doing, and I'm trying to do that between today and tomorrow, was I'm gonna go through my consultant roster, and I'm gonna look at the people that I know are personal use consultants, and letting them know, hey, like this month when you can buy double the amount of miracle sets that you need for the year because of the discount.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
I'm writing that one down.
Personal use consultants, place your personal use.
Order this month. You'll get more bang for your buck this month than any other month.
That is brilliant.
And that needs to, and one of the things that my office and I did more so last month than any other month is I think we sent out, usually we send out 2 notifications for T's, I's, and A3s. I think we sent out 3 or 4.
So weekly,
Yeah,
a weekly reminder.
yeah.
I think if you have T's and I's, a weekly reminder makes it happen because they like getting that reminder if they're gonna order. And the ones that aren't, just say, please remove me. It makes it real simple.
Yeah.
The ones that want are like, oh, that's right, I gotta put that order in. Oh, that's right, I gotta put that order in. Oh, that's right, I gotta put that order in.
And if you're using Scipio, you can set it up today and you'll just do it for the rest of the month. Because
Correct.
you pre-set up the dates that it goes out.
Right,
And
exactly.
For the people that want to be removed, all they have to do is apply stop and the system automatically takes care of it.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so I love this. How can we sell 3 times more in May is we need to personally reach out to our personal use consultants to place their personal order in June. That's brilliant. Okay. I think that we need to place our personal order this month as directors. Whatever personal use products you need, get them. What else can we do to sell more this month? Or to reach more, or to, there it is. This is the only month that you're gonna get paid both on Star
And rest.
and on Reds. That is exactly right. You're gonna get paid both on Star and on Reds. I love the new Star structure because once you hit 5 stars, you get $50
Per star.
per star. I wanna tell you, because y'all know, like, there is no bonus I have ever missed as a director. Like, I don't miss bonuses. I never have. I've never made a 9% commission check ever. 13% is all I've ever made. I don't miss. I don't leave money on the table, okay? In order for me to get paid $20 a star, $20 a star, 20, not 50, $20 a star. Do you know how many stars I had to have in a year? 100 in a year. I had to hit 100 stars, and at the end of the year, Mary Kay would give me a $2,000 bonus as a star sales director. I had to hit 100 stars in a year. Has anybody, some of you in your career, you haven't had 100 stars. So let me put that into perspective. I had to hit 100 stars in 12 months, and Mary Kay would pay me $20 a star and I never missed it. I always had it. Even the year I did 600,000. I was a brand new director. It was my first year in Mary Kay. I had no base. I brought in 100 stars and I got a $2,000 bonus. So when Mary Kay tells you they're going to pay you $50 a star, all I can tell you is figure it out. Figure it out on how you're going to tell yourself that I'm going to sell star. Are you always a star? Then you should be able to sell star. It's real easy. It's something you're convicted. Not that I saw. I did not see a cap. It said 50 plus.
Right?
Yeah, I did not see a cap. I can't, to me, it's mind blowing that they're gonna pay you $50 a star. You just gotta, it's almost like, I think we've all been in that situation where you're working really hard to lose weight and like, it feels like the first 5 pounds are never gonna come off. But once you get the first 5 off, then you get into a roll because you gotta get those first 5 stars. Once you have those first 5 stars, it'll be downhill. But you've got to, it is not an accident. It is not luck. One of the things I'm really going to talk about today is mastering your craft. It is, you have to become a master of your craft. If you don't know how to get stars, you're going to want to watch Christine Denton do it. She talks about star as if you were about to become like a Hollywood star. Like, she is a master at it, okay? Seriously, it's just like that. Like, you want to be a star. And then she leads by example by being a star. Okay, so that's a great one, June star. Anything else? How can we get 3 times more? By the way, tonight,
You guys bring your sashes again if you can, and just sash your personal girls that already have finished STAR. Anyone who's already finished STAR for this quarter, I want them wearing their sash. I'm gonna talk about STAR tonight, but also I'll have the purses out showing that next month I'm gonna raffle one away. Like the display will always be there whether it's the month for the raffle or not, so that they're excited about it, okay? So if you yourself have already finished your STAR, wear your sash, okay? Anything else? What else does it look like? Thinking caps on.
There has to be a way to, like, increase the like unit growth, because like I know I need to do 11 personal agreements this month, but like I need my unit to do an additional 11 or 15 to hit our goal for the month. So other than the person who's on fire in your unit, how can we get everybody else
To win.
to win in unit size growth?
In team building. Okay.
Preparing for the new year, because I spoke to one consultant yesterday and she wants to be a star for next. So I told her, let's work June 16th as that being your deadline so that you start off the new year being a star, on target star.
That's right.
So this month you kind of have both wins in a sense. Either you're finishing up or you're starting for the new year.
So she's being strategic about placing her order on the 16th instead to count, right, exactly. But what can we do to increase team building? What can we do so that everyone's winning for team building? That's what I wanna ask.
So I'm doing a promotion with my girls that I started last month and continuing this month, that on top of the red jacket bonus, if they have the 3 qualified come in, that I'm actually giving them a $100 bonus from me if they come in with 3 qualified between last month and this month.
So when they reach streaming in red, they get an extra $100 at seminar?
Yep.
So they have to be there?
Mhm.
They do have to be there. That's really great. Because then it's like, you get your jacket plus $100 for 3 qualified. Yeah. What can we do to get people organically excited about sharing this opportunity?
Yes.
That's the question, and I wanna know, and so I want you to think about when you were organically excited about sharing this opportunity, what was going on in your brain?
Position.
Okay, what else? That was the same for Mabel, of course, she's your daughter. What else? When you were organically excited about sharing this opportunity, what was going on in your brain?
Signing bonus?
You had, who had a signing bonus?
I have one now.
Yeah, a signing bonus, did you hear that?
I had a same.
I always had a signing bonus, remember? I always carried around things. What's your signing bonus, if they can,
Talking about when they sign, when they put in a
Yeah.
free agreement,
Yeah.
when their order is placed by the end of the month, they get a free charcoal mask kit.
Charcoal mask kit was a kit.
the brush and the 2 masks?
The brush and mask, that's it.
Just the brush and the mask.
Yeah.
Never.
Mm-hmm.
When they sign by the 15th and their order is in by the 30th, so I want my girls excited in the first 15 days
Yeah.
to get those orders in.
Right. How does that?
So they want to sign their people by the 15th, and they're ordering by the 31st. That's awesome.
I do the same
I
thing
put
with
the
Firming.
firming eye cream.
But with firming eye cream.
I did the
This
firming
is the
eye
one
cream
thing that
because
doesn't,
it's not part of the
it's
kit.
not part of the kit, we show it.
June 1st through the 15th, sign, they get a bonus the 16th through the 30th. That's perfect. What else what else got you organically excited about sharing the opportunity?
What I do with my girls, I got a lot of qualified because I mentioned all of the extra products they're gonna get with 600 versus 225 and 400. So they're gonna get more interested, and I kinda, walk them through, like, it's better, and that's what it keep me up, and plus you get started, like, start, and it's your first month, and if you don't miss this and that. They kind of, just go more into their benefit, they doing something.
You take the time to sell it. Yeah, whatever you put time into is gonna happen. But what about signing agreements? Like, this is the issue. When you were excited organically about team building, what got you excited? Somebody said position.
Position.
Money. It was logical. The money position, it was logical. What else? For me, for me personally, it was that I could help other women make money because I was making a crap load of money as a consultant, like a lot of money. So to me, I got excited about telling other people how they can make money. But that was mine. So we have position, money. It was logical. What else?
For me, like Christine and Maida started giving me more responsibility at the studio, so they were delegating a little bit. So then I felt like, okay, I need to start recruiting and doing more. So because I'm more in the, I don't want to say the limelight, but people are more like looking when I'm doing things. So I need to like step it up.
Right.
So for me, it was
That
more
public
like,
eye responsibility made you want to step
Did
it
that
up.
happen
Yeah.
before or after your red jacket?
huh?
Did that happen before or after your red jacket?
I'm gonna say when I was a red jacket.
So what got you into the red jacket first?
Correct. Thank you.
What made you add your first 3 team members?
Thank you. This is exactly the question. Thank you, Romy, for being
Yeah,
my
we
monkey
didn't have
translator
enough- We
today.
didn't have enough red jackets at that time.
So.
So she was promoting
Okay.
getting,
So
like the red-
responsibility.
yeah.
You felt responsible.
And there was like celebrations and things, a lot of special stuff being done for the red jackets, and there wasn't enough at that time. So I felt like to try to step it up,
Okay,
you know.
how do we translate?
I think it's the
Responsibility.
seasons where our team knows the most, it's just an expectancy, like, when somebody joins, they don't talk about that, because there's so much else to talk about, your perfect story, or this or that. But the teams that recruited the most, my team was recruiting the most, it was like, the minute they came in, it was like, you're gonna get a promotion this month. It was the expected thing, I'm not sure if I talk about it as often as I used to, but then it's the expected thing, you just started, you're gonna get your promotion, you're gonna experience all the money is available to you. I think from the beginning, the expected thing.
You added a lot of people you added more than you had been in May. You had more agreements. Can you talk about what created that shift for you?
Well, I talked to Romy about this the other day. I just had a conversation with myself about the thoughts I've been having and didn't realize I was having. So there are 3 significant beliefs that I had when I was a new director and new consultant that shifted through disappointment and through experience. The first belief is number 1, that I could do anything in Mary Kay if I was going to do the work. That was the first belief. Number 2nd belief was that everyone deserves to be in Mary Kay and should be in Mary Kay. Or part of me at one point was like, maybe they shouldn't. And then the 3rd thing was that any woman can do anything in Mary Kay. She's worth the time, effort, and energy. Those 3 beliefs, I had that question that Cindy Grass asked for me, like, she said to her, what preceded that thought? I started thinking to myself, what preceded my thoughts about certain people not being ready for Mary Kay or should not do it right now, or whatever. And I said, and it was just, I was like, what did I believe before? And it was those 3 beliefs that I like lived with, believed genuinely, and went out there intentionally with. And people can send it up to feel it.
Yeah, people can feel your convictions and are moved by them.
Even everybody struggles.
That was awesome. And Mari just shared one that was absolutely brilliant. To recruit Easy this month, remind them they're making 56.5% commission. Okay, everybody's making 56.5% commission this month. And so she said that she's focused on even re-signing people from the past because they're gonna make 56.5% commission this month. So I thought that was brilliant. You guys, for us to hit Diamond Circle, are you ready? We need to have 689,000 wholesale. That's 1.3 million retail. We have done over 1 million retail before when we had more directors. However, I'm gonna tell you this. In my opinion, there's a lot more left in us. A lot more in us, in a smaller group that are more passionate, more convicted, more committed than in overflowing with people who weren't really even committed to this opportunity. They were just around for whatever, the Hollywood lifestyle, I'm not sure what it was, okay? Do I believe this is possible? I absolutely do, but I'm gonna tell you what it's gonna require. It's gonna require hunger. You have got to be hungry for it. If you're not hungry, and this has been my prayer, I'm like, God, how do I show people who are not hungry how to be hungry? Like that, I can honestly say I've always been a hungry person. These are the things that I personally hunger for. Probably at the top of my list is righteousness. I cannot stand to see or witness an injustice, which is why I fight so much for this career, because I see women receiving injustice every single day. They have to make a choice about whether to raise their children or make a paycheck. To me, it's this thing that it just bothers me. So when you're sitting there not telling people about Mary Kay, I'm like, how does that not bother you? Like, how do you not want to go tell the world, like, we're watching women have to sacrifice their family life and we're just comfortable because a check rolls in, or we have a base, or we have customers, or whatever. Get hungry, and if you're not hungry, pray for hunger. Pray for God to restore your hunger. I hunger for opportunity. You guys, last night I watched something that wrecked me. It was a video of this young lady who escaped North Korea. And she talked about how her mom and her dad escaped to China, and how her dad died. He didn't make it. They had to cross the Gobi Desert. And her dad died, and she had to bury him like at 3 o'clock in the morning so that nobody would see him. She wasn't even allowed to cry, so she would show that he didn't matter to her, so that she wouldn't be, sent back to North Korea, just hoping that they wouldn't send her back. How she watched her mom allow herself to be raped so her own daughter wouldn't get raped. And I watched her be strong in probably the most fragile moment as she stood there. It's called One Child something. I can't remember what it's called. And it's a forum. And she was dressed in her entire little North Korean outfit as she cried, but with strength told her story. And how women lack opportunity, and how the entire country is brainwashed. And I'm like, what are we doing? Like, when we get to heaven, we will have to account for every minute we wasted on TV, social media, and doing doing a bunch of crap. I have no other word for it. What are we doing? And there's children suffering, women suffering, wishing they had everything that we have, and we're just complaining. Like, I can't deal. Like, I hunger for opportunity. I really do. It is very vivid to me because my mom told me the stories of how she didn't have clothes and she would walk around barefoot and she never got an education. So to me, every second matters and every second counts. Like, it just does, I hunger to educate. I can't stand to see people have education at their fingertips and not take advantage of it. At all costs, I hunger to educate people. I hunger to add value. I love to add value to people's life. If you're in front of me, chances are you're not going to leave without me having the opportunity or taking advantage of an opportunity to add value to your life in any way, shape, or form. And that's not always about Mary Kay. It's about something else. I hunger for freedom. I want people to experience freedom of living life on their terms. I'm going to tell you something. Freedom has a price tag, and most people are not willing to pay it. I live a very disciplined life to have the freedom that I have. I need to know that if I need to go, I can just go by not asking. But that also means that my life revolves around the commitments that I make. It's this paradigm, but I have freedom. Most people don't. They don't. I hunger for success. There's anything that I hunger for is success. I want to see people be successful. I don't like to see people walk in and feel defeated or incapable or ill-equipped or unconfident. Like, I want to see them fulfill their God-given desires. Like, I hunger for these things, And so when I'm in front of someone, it's always my goal to transmit that hunger to them. And then they can decide the role that they're going to play. Are they hungry too? If they're hungry too, guess what? They're probably going to join me. And if they're not hungry, right, then maybe they're going to support someone who's hungry. They're not hungry, but they're like, wow, but I really like to see someone who's that hungry. I'm going to support you. I'm going to buy Mary Kay now. It's always one of the two in my brain. You're either going to join me because you're hungry, or you're going to support me because you like my hunger. You like what I stand for. Do people know what you stand for? Do you know what you stand for? Do you know what you're hungry for? Our goal this year is to be number 10 and Diamond Circle. That means that right now we have 5.7 million in for the year, which is like awesome. High five across the board. But I can tell you most of the year we have not been operating out of hunger. Like, hunger. Like, there are people starving. When we do, we will reach 7.1 million. We need to do 1.4 million this month. Is it doable? Yeah, we have the best products at the most affordable price, and this is the month we're going to make the most commission. Like, this is like best case scenario all around. It just doesn't get better than that. It just really doesn't. I remember during the recession when most directors were used to just big orders rolling in and everything being super simple. When the recession hit, a lot of people lost their minds in Mary Kay. And it hit Miami first. And I don't know if I just love a challenge, apparently. I don't know. I saw that as an opportunity. Like, why? Because of my hunger. I was like, what do you mean people are losing their homes? What do you mean that family members are getting divorced? That speaks to my hunger. I was like, no, I gotta hold more parties. I gotta go do more. So when most people were like, I'm out of here, easy cash is over, I was like, oh no, this is when Ari gets hungry. And that's when I went out and I grabbed my starter kit and I started doing more parties and I started doing more and I became more passionate. I'm gonna tell you what happened in that season. I became a beacon. Like when there's a storm and there's a lighthouse and that light turns on, all the ships are gonna see that light and guess where they come? And it was right there in that moment, in that decision, in that difficult season when the rest of the world was watching the news, the rest of the world was shouting gloom, that was my opportunity to move. Is there somebody out there?
I think it's the wind, that's.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Alex, it's the wind.
Welcome, wind. We'll put you right there, wherever. Pick a spot. You know, most people ran around just depressed and haven't heard what's happening in the news and this company's going out of business. You guys, I just saw that as an opportunity to make my move because I know what we have to offer. I knew I was offering hope. I knew I was going to bring a glimpse of hope back into the lives of countless women. I knew they would see me and say, really, could I do this? And I could say with all integrity, I'm going to show you if you're willing. Like, this is an answer. This is not a Band-Aid. This is not a rah-rah. You guys know I'm not a really good cheerleader. If you ever figured that out about me right now, I'm not a really good cheerleader. I'm not. I really am not. I'm not one that says, go, you can do it. I am like, not a Band-Aid person. I am like, all right, let's talk dirty. Give me this. What's in your schedule? What's really happening? I get down. I don't mind getting my nails dirty. I want to claw down and I want to find a solution. You guys, I decided to step in that season and claim the ground that so rightfully belongs to people who are called fighters. And we have a similar situation, and I'll talk about that. I claimed that those people that were afraid, that those that didn't want to lose their jobs, that those that wish they had a better nest egg, that those that were tired of watching the news or hearing about the news, or those who knew that they were champion, and those that desired more and that were willing to work, that those that were not going to sit around and wish they had done something, I called them out. And I'm going to tell you how I called it out. I sat at a skincare class after I pampered them. When I shared the opportunity, I said this: I'm looking for people who are sick of the news. Just like this. This is quote unquote. I'm sick of people. I'm looking for people who are sick of the news, who are tired of playing doom, who wish they had a better nest egg, wish they had a plan B. I'm looking for people who are champions. I'm looking for people who are winners. I'm looking for people who are willing to do something about their circumstances instead of complaining about where they're at. If that's you, I want to work with you because I know how to show you. That's what I know. And I said it just like that, with total conviction, total confidence. And I'm going to tell you something. You become the light inside of the lighthouse in the storm. And when you become the light, you will drag all these people who are stuck. I'm going to call this era the, what are they called, zombies? Yeah. Zombies are the ones that get bitten, and then they're infected, and then they infect other people. This is what Ari is calling the zombie epidemic, personally. Where people are like this, they're so stoned on this. Stoned, literally stoned. I know you've heard this before, but I'm gonna repeat it for the sake of you that have not heard this. There was a study done on people who took a test, then they got a high of marijuana, and then retook the test, okay? On their, what's that, IQ score. Okay, so they took an IQ test, then they got a high on marijuana, and they retook the IQ test. And then they did the same thing for people, took the IQ test in the morning, let them play with a smartphone for a couple of hours, and then they retook the IQ test. Are you ready?
I've never heard this.
You've never heard this? Good, I'm glad you're repeating this. Okay, all right, are you ready? Guess who scored lower the second time? The smartphone people, 3 times lower. People on smartphones are 3 times more stoned than people on 1 hit of marijuana. This is what I'm calling the zombie epidemic. And I'm going to tell you, if you join them, you're infected, but you have a choice. And I said this at the Red Jacket breakfast. I know that I live in a freaking pink bubble by choice because I cannot waste this. This is so important. I choose to be a lighthouse. I will not be sucked into this stupid vortex of unreality. Why? Because I have lives to save. Because it's been my calling since I was a child. I am very clear on what I can do, my power, what I'm capable of, what I'm incapable of. That's the other thing is, I know what I can't do, and I need you. Because you're not here by accident. This is no joke. You are capable of things that I cannot do. And that is where we fill in the gap and we're a team. That's how we cross the river. Okay? I have a story I have to read to you guys that I loved. Okay? Who are you calling out today at your parties? When you're doing your interviews, who are you calling out? You've got to know what you're up against if you plan to win. Let me tell you what you're up against. You're up against the zombie epidemic. In my opinion, your biggest enemy is a very distracted world and a very distracted community. But it doesn't take long to undistract them. Let me tell you what it takes. Hunger, conviction. When you say, hey, I'm right here, turn off the phone. Listen to me, when's the last time someone sat with you one-on-one and stuck their eyeballs to you? You deserve this time, put the phone away. Just like that. Just like that, they're like, it's different. Now, you don't have to be super bossy, you can be super cute, super flirtatious, whatever your style is, give it your flavor. You know what I'm talking about. But you need to speak to people. You can start off your appointments by saying, listen, I'm gonna pamper you, I'm gonna give you some one-on-one time. We're gonna put the phone away, you're gonna disconnect, you're gonna have an amazing time. I'm gonna tell you why, because you deserve it. Because you totally deserve it, because you work hard. You're just gonna disconnect for 15 minutes. Sounds good? When you go into the spa, everybody checks their phone away. You are now officially spa time. Okay? Make it that way. Those that are overwhelmed, let me tell you who I'm calling right now. I'm at a class, I'm not gonna say who's watching the news or whatever, although that's still applicable, very much so. But here it is, you can say, I say, if you're overwhelmed, if you're exhausted, if you don't wanna watch the highlight reel of someone else's life on social media and wish it was your own. For those of you that wish you could put your phone down. For those of you that really wanna make a difference in this world. For those of you that wanna connect with people, real time. Those that want a life and not just a post. Some people live a life to have a post. Call them out. Those that want to make an impact. You want to make an impact. Those that want to learn something new. Those that want to add something new to life. How about if you need a challenge? You're a winner and you need a place to win. If you're looking for community, you feel all alone. You want people to challenge you. You want people to draw you in and stretch you. If this is you, I invite you to journey with me to the life you've been called to. If this is you, I invite you to journey with me to the life you've been called to. If this is you, I invite you to journey with me to the life you've been called to. Between a combination of series of things, because we're always on a journey, I loved being in front of Cindy Grass because she reminded me of the maniac I was. I'm like, she is hardcore. This book is a must. It's called It by Craig Groeschel. How churches and leaders can get it and keep it. And this is for those of you that know that you have it. You have it. It's just called It. Craig. This book, I don't even think it took me 5 hours to read. I devoured it. But he closes with this awesome story. And I can't remember if I put this in today's notes or in tomorrow's. Here it is. I want to say this. It's really hard to row a boat to the other side of the lake when only 3 are rowing, and then there's 5 taking a nap, and the other 2 are doing their best to sink the boat. Why? Because they didn't agree with something I said, because I hurt their feelings and I didn't know, but then they didn't tell me, so they're gonna let that fester into a terrible wound, and then they found another buddy to talk to about it, and they have this little poison, and it's sinking our boat. And the 5 are napping because they're on social media, and there's only 3 rowing the boat. Okay? Contrast that with there's 10 of us in the boat, and we're all rowing the boat in the same direction. We're gonna win that race every time. Like, hands down, we're gonna win the race every time. This is like all hands on deck, all going in the same direction. Because I am not telling you I'm not gonna make mistakes. I promise you I will make mistakes. But unless if you tell me, I can't get better. And last time I checked, I'm very willing to listen to anybody's feedback on what I can do to get better. Because this soul right here loves to improve and loves to get better. I've never been a person who likes to rest on my laurels or sit back and just say, this is what we did. No, like, we have to regain territory. This book wrecked me. I want to read this to you. Recently, Craig was swimming with his kids in the pool, and he met another dad who was a coach. And after some casual conversation, the dad asked him in a competitive, dad-to-dad sort of way, how long do you think you could hold your breath under the water? Even at the age of 40, I could feel the rush of excitement, anticipating a contest between men. He didn't know who he was talking to. I thought smugly, I grew up watching Aquaman. I don't know, maybe a minute? This was quite a humble response. I secretly believed I could do more than that. He challenged me to give it a try, and seconds later, I was underwater, ready to prove my Aquamanhood. As the seconds slowly ticked by, I felt my lungs tighten. Panic set in. Could I drown doing this? Deciding that drowning was better than losing, I stayed under the water. I could feel my face turn blue, my eyes opened wider, longer, just a few seconds longer. Finally, after what seemed like a lifetime, I burst out of the water, gasping for air. I was still alive. The coach smiled and said, impressive, you stayed under the water for 1 minute, 12 seconds. That's what I'm talking about, yeah, the coach said. What would you say if I could tell you that I could help you double your time? What? I then played. He wasn't going to compete against me, the wimp. He was trying to teach me some sort of, I'm a coach and you're not. Listen, maybe he didn't know I almost died moments ago. You're smoking weed, I blurted. By the way, this guy's a pastor. You're smoking weed, I blurted. That's what I'd say. The coach continued, his tone more fatherly. If you pay attention, I'll teach you something that will inspire you to do even more than you've ever done before. He had my attention. The coach began to talk to me almost hypnotically, explaining a calming technique that was sure to increase my time. You can do much more than you realize. Your body can survive underwater for several minutes. Your mind doesn't believe that. Your greatest limitation is your mind. You must silence your mind. Take 4 deep breaths, slide slowly into the water, close your eyes, remain perfectly still. When your lungs tighten, don't worry, you still have a lot more time. When you think you can't go on, open your eyes, focus on something, count slowly to 20. When you get to 20, count again. Armed with this advice, I followed his instructions. After 4 breaths, I calmly slid into the water and I tried my best to turn off my mind. When my lungs tightened, I relaxed. When I hit my limit, I opened my eyes and I counted. Then I counted some more. Every few seconds, my coach said, more, you have more in you, more, you have more in you. Finally, I came up for air. This time, when I came out of the water, my coach was beaming as he told me my new record, 2 minutes, 45 seconds.
Wow.
Do you understand those numbers? And that little 2 dot thingy in the middle? 2 minutes and 45 seconds. I was elated, pumped, jazzed, and shocked. How did I do that? I stayed underwater for almost 3 whole minutes. I didn't know I had that in me. Then the coach looked at me in the eye and he said, you have more in you than you realize. God has put more in you than you know. God spoke to me that day about more than oxygenation. That's why I now regularly say to him, stretch me. I like to say the coach's word to you. You have more in you than you realize. God has put more in you than anyone even knows. Ask him to stretch you and then let him. God wants to stretch you. He wants you to live by faith, to believe him. It will mean putting yourself in new environments. Tell me, what environments are you avoiding? It will put you in new environments, experiencing something new and something different. So in this book, he closes with his 3 prayers, which I took them, I'm borrowing them, and his 3 prayers are, number 1 is stretch me, and that's the stretch me story. His second prayer is ruin me, and I love this. he talks about, and I mean, like, this is like Ari in a man's body. Like, when you read this book, if you don't relate to him, this is me. Okay, God bless you.
Thank you.
His second prayer is he prayed God to ruin him. He said that he used to go through life as a pastor trying to be strong for people and not really allowing himself to be absorbed by what was actually happening. He said that the Oklahoma City bombing happened directly across the street from his church, and that when he walked into the lobby, they had used it to put the mangled bodies of the men, the women, and the children who didn't survive the bombing. And he said that he just walked in and didn't even cry because he felt like he had to be strong for other people. He talks about holding children's hands who hadn't even eaten, for days in an orphanage on a mission trip and not crying, thinking he had to be strong. And he realizes that he was wrong. Here's a story about Dwight L. Moody. Dwight L. Moody, his church was in Chicago. In 1871, he was finishing an evening sermon when the city fire bell went off. Some of you already know where we're going with this. Realizing that much of the city was burning, Moody's first concern was for his family. Rushing to a close, he asked the people to evaluate their standing with God and to return the next week. Little did he know that many in his congregation would not return. This was the worst fire in Chicago's history. Later, Moody agonized, wondering if any of the deceased died without Christ. They were in his church building, and he let them leave without confronting them. Broken and changed, Moody vowed to God he'd never look back again. Every time he stood before a crowd, he would plead with them to follow Christ. Moody was ruined in a very good way. And that's what I mean by ruining me. Like, allow me to feel people's pain, to feel people's hunger, to feel people's needs, because when you have that, you never lack hunger. You always have it. We become so comfortable by the lifestyle that we have, and the home that we live in, the car that we drive, and the vacations that we take, that we lose our hunger for what other people's situations are in. I know that this situation that our family is in right now, and I've never been more grateful for Mary Kay, and nobody could have said it better than Cindy Gress when she said it last month. She said, "My son did not need a Sesame Street cookie baker. My son needed a national sales director." Let me tell you, my daughter needed a national sales director to be her mom. I don't know where Haley would be today if I didn't have the business to provide the funding that we need for all that we do for her. I mean, it is so expensive. And it's put our family in a totally different situation where we're like, wow, we really can't go buy that stuff. And we can't go on vacation, and we can't do this. Why? Because we have limited resources, and we choose to put it all on her. There are very few things that I invest in. Number one is food, and number two is anything for my children's education, health, and therapy. I mean, it all goes there, literally. And I'm grateful that I even have the choice to do so. But it's really allowed me to live back in the zone that I used to live in, where I can't just go do whatever, It's different. And so it's given me a different hunger. I'm remembering what it was like, and I'm grateful. See, I think sometimes we complain about, why am I in this situation? I am so grateful. I'm like, I get it. Like, I totally get it. I get why this is our situation, okay? So Mark, hold on. Let me read this to you.
Oh, I thought you were, I was thinking number.
Oh, I'm going to tell you number 3. He said that Bill Hybels calls it to have holy discontent. Holy discontent. Let God crush you with a burden. Find a burden. Like, your burden might be different than mine, but you have a burden nonetheless, right? Like, I know what my burden is I can't stand to watch women not have choices. Like, it just brings back, like, I'm scarred for life. It brings back all that my mom went through. Like, I can't, like, what is your holy discontent? What is the thing? I think another one that is more recent to me is, I want young ladies to say, my goal in life is to be a great mom. Like, I want them to say that. Like, if I could go back, and I've been saying this to young girls anytime, I'm like, if I could go back, do you know what I would major in? Child development psychology. Because nothing in this world matters most than my children. When I get to heaven, God's not going to ask me what I do with my business. That is not written in the Bible. The only thing I'm responsible for is my children. I wish I had majored in child development psychology. I would have felt more prepared, at least, right? Now, you don't have to be a great mom, but the intention, right? The people would say, I want to be a great mom. I want to be a great mom. And the third one, number 3, is heal me. Heal me. To be healed, we first have to admit that we're sick in a way. You cannot pray for healing if you're not confessing that there's something wrong with you. You might have to face something you've stuffed down, you've ignored, you've rationalized. Are you ready to confess your need to make it easier? And he goes first. And I was like, this is so me. He says he's addicted. Now he says, I don't have a sexual addiction. I'm not addicted to alcohol, illegal drugs, prescription medicine, or the lottery. I'm not going to deliver a clever punchline like, actually, I have 3 addictions, so the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. I'm addicted, or that I'm addicted to studying the Bible. He says, I have a serious addiction that I'm working hard to overcome. And thankfully, with a lot of prayer and hard work, it's made significant progress. He's addicted to adrenaline. He's an adrenaline junkie. You might think, well, that's not a big deal. Actually, it's a big deal. It's real dangerous, and you have to overcome it because his body craves adrenaline. And this is how it affects him. If there are no leadership emergencies, he subconsciously craves a problem to solve. I desire action. When things are slow, I panic and I create things to do. I have a very hard time relaxing. And I know that this is something that God cured me of when he took away nationals the first time, and he made it very quiet. There was nobody. Like, it was just me and a room full of like 40 adoptees. Like, nobody was doing anything. And I didn't have an offspring director for 2 years and 11 months. So most of you know, like, how intense of a person I am. Like, I'm really intense. I'm extremely focused. I'm very direct, and I'm very strategic. And when I want something, it happened just by thinking it. That's my norm. Okay? So to go at that mode for 2 years and 11 months with nothing, like, that was God teaching me to get still, to get really, really still. So he talks about this, for God to heal him. And so where is it that God can heal you? Are you a worrywart? Are you a control freak? Right? There's a place where God can show up and heal you. And I just love this prayer. Stretch me, ruin me, and heal me. And this is what he closes with. He says, thank you for hanging in there with me. We've traveled a long way. It's been an honor to share with you. Before wrapping up, I'd like to encourage you to meet with the leaders of your team. Discuss the questions. Once you get it, never take it for granted. Embrace the power of the Holy Spirit working in you to do more than you can ask or imagine, to help you keep it, to help you get it and keep it. And he says this is his final prayer for you. May God bless you with discomfort at easy answers. May God bless you with discomfort at half-truths, at superficial relationships, so that you can live deep within your heart. And I'll post this picture. May God bless you with anger at injustice, at oppression, and at the exploitation of people, so that you may work for justice, freedom, and peace. May God bless you with tears to shed for those who suffer from pain, rejection, and starvation, so that you may reach out your hand to comfort them and to turn their pain into joy. And may God bless you with enough foolishness to believe that you can make a difference in this world, so that you can do what others claim cannot be done. So perhaps I'm foolish to believe that you can have your cake and eat it too, but then again, so is Mary Kay Ash. And she did so in a much more harsh, she succeeded so much more in a much more harsh and hostile environment. And being in Colombia reminded me a little bit of Mary Kay Ash, our founder. Because you guys, it gave me a tiny glimpse of what it was like for her 53 years ago. You're talking about a culture that doesn't know what an in-home experience is because they only do catalog sales. Here, when people go to an in-home party, they know that to buy. Like, it's pretty expected, okay? That's not at all. A culture that doesn't have a social norm for shopping in the home. A culture that carries very little cash with them because of crime. And they're accustomed to never use your credit card for anything. As a matter of fact, they keep their credit cards in a safe. Yes, okay? So they don't have cards and they don't carry cash. A culture that always responds, this is always their reply, no matter what, even if they're rich. I don't have enough money. It's like, I don't know, here in Miami, what do we always say? Irregardless, right? And to say no, you say yeah first. Yeah, no, right? Like, that's just, right? That's very Miami. Yeah, oh yeah, no yeah. They say no yeah, right? It's like exact opposites. Okay.
I had someone said, no, yeah, definitely.
No, yeah, definitely. Okay, so I want you to imagine their automatic response, whether they're loaded, whether they're not loaded, their automatic response to everything is there isn't enough money. It's cultural. It's just cultural, okay? And you have a huge city. There's twice the amount of people. New York City has 4.5 million people. Bogota has 8.5 million. And what they call a highway, are you ready? What they call a highway, they have 2 of them. Do you know what it really is? US 1. There's only 2 of them. Neither of them make it all the way through the city. And I'm gonna be really generous and say they have 20 avenues. But none of those avenues get you from one side to the other, not one. So you are on residential roads the entire time trying to get from one place to the other, pretty much. And it just was, I was just like, and horrible weather, yeah. So it just reminded me kind of like of Mary Kay Ash's struggle, but she believed, you guys. So with each problem that we were faced, I just prayed to God for wisdom, because I want to reach the lost, to inspire the mundane, to find the dreamers, to ignite their vision, to find those that wouldn't settle. So this is what I thought of. I was like, we need to have our meeting where there's an ATM outside. Because even if you accept credit card, they don't hand you their debit card. They won't hand it to you. Like, they're used to doing that at grocery stores, but it's still not, like, they would be afraid to do that because of the amount of crime there. So I'm like, oh my gosh, all we need is a meeting place that has an ATM outside so that we can close our sales. We thought about coaching the guests. Ay, por si acaso, si tienes un antojito, trae tu dinero, because voy a tener mi tienda conmigo. You know, like, just in case if you get a little, you know, whatever, you know, bring your cash, just in case if you fall in love. You know, a discount for today and only for today, right? And establishing deliveries by zones throughout the week or throughout the month. You guys, we can all drown in a glass of water, or we can just realize, hey, I can just stand up, it's just a glass of water, right? And so I pray that your heart will change for you to be hungry, to wake up from this zombie, infection that's happening, and honestly realize what's at stake here. It's your life, your dreams, and the dreams of other people. And that may sound super serious, I know that. I know that it may seem super serious. People come and go and never realize their fullest potential because we as leaders are so stuck in our own heads. You've had some really awesome people go through your unit, but because you're so stuck in yourself, you didn't even realize they were so awesome. That's the price tag. Now, if that's a price tag you can deal with, stay right where you are. If that price tag to you seems too high, you got to do something different to protect this guy. Because they come and they go, and you missed it. You missed it because you didn't stand out as wow or wonderful because you're infected too. You've got to be different. You've got to be different. I know sometimes people have conversations. This was yesterday. Yeah, I was telling confessions to Anamati for entertainment purposes. Like, Anamati, guess what? Do you know that for years, I thought that the richest man in America, Warren Buffett, I thought it was the same guy that wrote Margaritaville. Jimmy Buffett. I was like, yeah, that's just as bad as when I thought Tory Burch, the one that designed the purses, was Tori Spelling from 90210. You guys, I know that I live in a little bit of bubble, but it's slightly entertaining, number one. And it lets you know, hey, you know what? She maybe doesn't know about all these things in the world, but she's not gonna do me wrong as a leader. Like, that's one department she's got right because she's so focused in on it that people can trust you with that, right? So I know, and I said this, I know many of you think I live in a pink bubble, and I do, and that's on purpose because I know there are thousands in my driven family that rely on me. So who's relying on you? Who's relying on you, and how well are you serving them? Does your every decision hinge on their personal success? Who's relying on you? How well are you serving them? And does your every decision hinge on their personal success? How great of a leader are you to them? And where can you improve? As Bill Hybels said at the Global Leadership Summit, everyone wins when a leader gets better. Everyone wins when a leader gets better. I'm ready for everyone to win. I'm ready for everybody to get in the rowboat and go in the same direction. God made you a leader to move people from here to there. God made you a leader to move people from here to there. Not to leave them where you found them, but to move them from here to there. To make people discontent with the way things are. What vision are you casting? Are you casting your personal wins? Are you casting your potential victories? I know, I was Lisa Michelle. She had a $1,725 week last week with 2 parties. Shut the front door. 2 parties, $1,725. Every potential I'd be sitting in front of, I would just say, well, this is how much I made last week. That's how much I made per hour. You're telling me you want to make your dreams come true. I can teach you that. If she just has excuse, I said, I see you have a lot of excuses. It's not going to work out. Bam, drop the mic, done. Like, I don't need to sit here and convince you that I know what I know and I know how to make money. You have a choice to make. Do you want to make money? Ven pa' acá. Like, grow some guts to say that to people in the kind way, not in the mean way. You get what I'm saying? Deliver the message. You know what you're doing. Like, you are so highly skilled. I'm telling you, I see these people in Colombia, they have no leadership. They don't know what they're doing, and they're making money. You know what you're doing. You're highly skilled. Have the confidence to tell people. I know that and you can say it whatever flavor you got to give it, right? I know that you're scared. I see that you're anxious. I know that you've never ran a business before, but this is what I want to tell you. I know what I'm doing. I've been very successful at this for 4 years, 2 years, 7 years, whatever. I can teach you if you're willing. I'm going to hold your hand all the way. You have a choice to make. If you're just going to give me excuses, it's not going to work out. You have to make a decision that you're going to be willing to follow. Like, you don't have to be mean, but have that confidence. Women love confidence, right? Yeah. You know that dorky guy that asked you out with all the confidence in the world, all of a sudden he looks sexier? Mm-hmm. Yes, be that guy. Okay. Vision is a picture of the future that creates passion in people. Vision is a picture of the future that creates passion in people. You guys, when you speak and you cast your vision, does it create a passion in them? Like, when you talk, do they go, yeah, that's the life I want to have. That's the future I want to have. Vision is a picture of the future that creates passion in people. And you guys, it could be about anything. Like, if I'm talking about the Humane Society, I'm talking about, like, no animals are being killed. We're saving every animal. All animals are finding homes. We're placing them. We have the funding to take care of the ones that haven't been placed, right? Everybody's like, yeah. What is the vision you're casting that creates a passion in people? That they all want to be a part, right? Be strong and be courageous, and God will always be with you. He will never leave you. He will never forsake you. And do not bail on your mission. Do not quit on God. Endure and finish strong. If there is ever a time crying out for courageous leadership, it's now. I know social media has made a lot of things easier, but the more we socialize, the more we utilize social media, the hungrier we become for face-to-face interaction. The more we utilize social media, the hungrier we become for true community. Social media provides the illusion of community, but it is not real time. And I'm going to tell you guys something that I can, like, just because of the way my brain works, I see it coming. There's a window that is coming where people are about to abandon social media and come back to this right here, like this. Like, I want to touch you and sit in front of you and hug you. And when that time comes, be ready. Everybody's going to want to hold a party. If your systems are in check, if you don't have vision, if you ain't got it going on, they're going to go somewhere else. Get ready. It's going to autocorrect.
But we shouldn't be waiting for the time.
No.
Instigating it. And it's one of the things that, like, I talk to a lot of my hostesses about is get off the FaceTime and let's have real FaceTime.
Right. There it is. That's why my invitation for today said real time. Like,
Real time has got to be more important than whatever is getting posted. Does that make sense? And I love that you say that to your hostesses. Let's get on with the FaceTime. Let's get on the real time. And if you speak that into existence, people check back in. They check back in. I truly believe that distraction is our biggest problem. Okay? But it's really hard when the leader is distracted. If you feel distracted, forget it. We're in a code red. You have got to choose to not live a distracted life. At the Red Jacket Breakfast, I talked about that I don't have any notifications on my phone. So I can't react to things. I can only go on if I'm being proactive. I cannot react to anything. And I do that on purpose because I have God bless you, I have a cruise ship to drive. God bless you. I'm going to tell you, when you make choices like that, God brings you blessings. It starts to come. It starts to come. Okay? All right, that was the message I had for you people. Get this book. It is awesome. It's an awesome read. It's a fast read. It's really chiquitito. I tabbed it up. It's really great. And I know that he talks about church ministry, but when you have a calling, it's the same thing. When you have a calling for what it is you want to accomplish, it's the same thing. Okay, so before the eyes glaze over and we move into tonight and summer beauty school and all that. Okay, a few announcements that I want to talk about, and I can use your brain power for this. Yes, or do we need to eat? Yes? Okay, good. Yes, should we stand up and stretch? Okay, stand up, stretch, get comfortable. Okay, yes, go. Then I'm gonna go to this restroom. You need to go to the restroom in 2 minutes. Okay. Everybody's like, okay, we need to stretch.
Oh, no, I don't wear them with a suit.
I need that necklace and no, but it is from a lady who makes them. Yes. No, do you have her contact? No, look at this. I do actually, but I need it to be shorter. But if you can just tie it.
No, that's perfect.
Right? Okay. And then just when I said I don't need it. But if you want to borrow one, you can trade one day. Yeah, that's it. So cute. I do with Janet Lee.
I'm holding it. It's okay.
Alex, your hair is like super blonde. Oh, I washed it last night, I put it in a towel, and before my eye went like this, I passed out, I dropped the towel on the floor.
But it has more long.
Yeah, because it's like, I go to bed and wet now, like, just like. with nothing.
So,
But remember, I have it in a towel. It's like, the humidity is like tight, and then once I'm about to like pass out, then I put the towel.
Is this mine?
So now I'm sleeping on it.
Yes. I had it in my car for you. You're welcome.
Do you know what I do? Since everybody's in the bathroom, when I sit down with somebody to do like an NCO or something, I take out my phone in front of them and I said, I don't
That's not my hair.
respect your time, so I'll turn on the phone. And the fact that I'm doing it in front of them, they automatically, because if they're looking at their phone, I just tell them that I respect their time. You know?
Yeah.
So
It's
that's
beautiful.
like, I don't even have to.
I love that.
So
I love that. Because otherwise they don't put it away.
When I say I gotta go like that, what I've been thinking is the lollipop, the babies on the baby. Sorry about that. It looks like a lollipop. I call it
I
lollipop.
threw it away.
You threw it away.
They ate my hair.
So it looks like a lollipop.
Oh, yeah. I'll talk about that.
And, I'm sorry.
Sí, mucho. Pero no lo podemos cambiar porque si no, esta noche nos morimos.
And when my hair like that, I need it cold. Like I just go straight by side
I don't know, we're gonna talk about that now.
I'm so
Okay. All right, this is where I need some brain power for tonight. So I want to recognize our Dreaming in Red Mary Kay Challenge with 3 qualified. Oh, yes.
So, I was listening to the video, on the way over here, and one of the things I remembered that I was telling my team the other day, 2 things. Number one, there was a day, I think it was on Friday, that it was raining cats and dogs, like it was horrible.
Yes.
Like today, but like even worse.
Yes.
And I was in Brickell, and in order for me to cross where I needed to go, I needed to cross the street. And when I tell you, I'm not even exaggerating, the water had risen to about where my shins were. I couldn't cross. Then I went the other way towards the metro. That was also by my shins, couldn't cross there. If I went back south, couldn't do that, sidewalk was completely flooded. that went to the south, east, I couldn't go that way either. I'm like, how do I get to where I need to get to? There's absolutely no way. And I'm here waiting for the umbrella. Someone had to pick me up to drive me into a garage. This whole nightmare. And this chick was walking on the sidewalk with her phone, like this, with a headset in. And you were talking about the whole like zombie effect. And I started laughing. I'm here with my little pink umbrella on the sidewalk next to Publix. And I literally see people walking, and we're like, having those little like, oh yeah, like look at that, be careful, the whole thing. And this chick is walking, looking down at her phone, and I'm like, should I say something? Like, should she realize that it's about to be like Niagara Falls, like River Nile here? And she's not looking up, so I say very nicely, you better look up from that phone, girl, because you're gonna walk into some water. Didn't look up, run into the water.
Did she fall?
Yeah, no, she didn't fall. She just like sank in. Her jeans were all soaked. And so I put a message out to my team that day and compared to how we're always so much like this. And the light lights up, and we're like, ooh, notification, like, ooh, who likes something? And now with a little like and a little love button, oh my God, it's like that little thing. It's like a whole thing. Now the second thing I want to say was about the whole you don't have enough hunger thing, and we have so much inside still. So I had a recent death in my family, and I was doing a memorial slideshow for the person, and I literally went through about 15 years of photos in like a 4-hour period. My eyes were like, I could not anymore. And I ran into this photo that I forgot that we had as a family, and it was us in Colorado doing the whitewater rafting.
Oh, yeah.
It was like a level 5. It was like horror,
Yeah.
And
It's like for professionals.
yeah.
It is.
Now we had somebody in our boat that was a professional, but you're looking at someone that is a family. It was my 2 sisters and me, my brother-in-law Jason that was in the front, of course, and then my parents in the back. And then most of you guys know my adopted dad. He has a limp. He has a walking condition. He's always had it his whole life, so he doesn't walk straight. And so that person is the boat too. So like you can't really do much when you don't have that balance on your legs. Yeah. And I started looking at the picture. I'm like, God, we went through that as a family. Like we had to be completely focused.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody had to be in there. You know what? Nobody could like do anything that was not focused about somebody else's life in that boat. It was like, it's your family. You have to be so 100% focused and hungry for survival. Because the guy would tell you, if you don't go right or you don't go forward, and when I tell you to go forward and he had to yell at us, then we would hit a rock and we would all die. It was really, really nerve-wracking. Okay, and for someone that's never done anything so adventurous, I was like dying.
Sounds like a really intense family.
It's fun when you land and you're like, oh, I'm so done. But it reminded me about how much of us that we all honestly do not do when push comes to shove and we have our family in something. Like you don't think that you're gonna go and do your 100% to make sure your child survives. Like when push comes to shove and your back's up against the wall, what would you do, kind of thing?
Right.
But yet we live our life not doing enough races and not doing enough parties, and what excuses are we really giving? When at the end of the day, if our life depended on it and our children would not eat, if we didn't hold a party this month, would you do it? Like those mental games in your head that you have to play with yourself until you become so consistent with it. So yeah, whitewater rafting is amazing.
We should do that for director.
Thank you, Alex. And now let's talk about seminar. To Director Day this year, we will be doing a Category 5 whitewater rafting experience. Our most experienced guide, Alex, will be in the front of the boat.
Team exercise, building exercise.
Oh my gosh, everybody's always gonna pretend, I don't know how to swim. Just like today, I don't know how to ice skate. I'm like, I'm gonna clobber.
I would have drowned.
I wish you could see the look on your face.
You won't do that.
They were like, what, whitewater? Yeah. My only issue with whitewater rafting, this is gonna make total sense to you, is I don't like how cold it is.
You like how what?
Cold the water is.
But that's only if you fall.
Oh, I know.
No, you're gonna get
get
soaked.
soaked.
No, you get soaked.
Yeah,
Trust me, I've seen it on videos. You get totally soaked. You're not gonna come out of the dry. Okay, let's talk about tonight. I really want to recognize Dreaming in Red and talk about Dreaming in Red because this is the last month, okay? But I don't have ideas on how I can do this in a way that is conducive to, like, how many of you are like, if I said now will the Dreaming in Red on target winners with one qualified come up,
Yeah.
would people know to come up?
Yeah.
So this is what I'm thinking. Registration would have to ask, do you have one qualified April, May, June? Dale, Romy, logistical queen, dale.
Well, I have an idea, kind of like Mary Kay, like how Mary Kay does it at career conference.
Dale.
Like if, we talked about this for last time, that if, we bring our old red jackets and maybe we have like a little like we'll do the thing at registration, but like to coach the room, like directors like strut in their red jacket, like we have like some red jacket models, and then you announce that you're getting red people to come up to the front.
Beautiful.
Because they're gonna earn a free red jacket, something like that.
Beautiful. And so we're gonna start with one sign. How about one sign, April, May, or June? Because it started in April.
It started in April.
How about we say that?
No, was it in March? It started in March. It started in March.
It was March.
But if they,
I know, the thing is April, May, June.
okay, I'm gonna delegate to, okay, Tati's gonna check.
If she signed in March, but she placed the order in April, she doesn't count for it. But
We're gonna
if
find out.
it's April, May.
I think, yeah.
Let's find out.
So, but this is the thing, I need to make the announcement clear,
Right.
so that they know whether or not to come up or not. Okay, so she's gonna look that up, alright,
It's April, May, June. I have the time.
there it is, it's April, May, June, but if she signed in March and did her qualified order in April, they're counting it. Okay, so I like the idea of the directors modeling their red jackets. Who can do that? Romy? Tati and
I
Jessica.
gave mine to my red jacket.
Romy,
What did it, I
I need you to wear it
This is
and
for
Sasa. Romy, Tati,
For tonight. Yes.
Mare, and Jessica. That's fine, we have 4 people, that's all I
You know
need.
what? Switch mine to Roslyn's, that's on
I have mine in my
She
car,
has
so
hers.
it's in my car, so we-
Perfect.
Everyone
Roz,
else is wearing it though.
no, you are gonna model it as a director.
For a moment, it's not the whole night.
Oh,
Yeah, just for a moment. Okay, Jessica, Mare, Roz, Romy. You guys are gonna model it. Then I'll call up all of the on target for dreaming and red achievers. Okay, and I'm gonna say if you added a new team member, April, May, or June, come up to the front. And then I'll talk about it. Beautiful. Okay, and you guys know how to coach your people. Hey, when Ari calls you, go run. We need to practice the running thing.
Yes.
You did great, your example last time.
Do you want me to do it again?
Do it again.
Yeah.
Do it at the beginning. Yes. Question, are new Reds getting their shoes tonight?
Yes, 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 and then the red jacket over. Eso está pasando. Okay, all right. I posted yesterday Princess Courts and on target Princess Courts, okay? I really wanna make it an easy way to get these people to get some level of my eye is on you type of thing, okay? Have them stand. Everybody on those lists, you have personally contacted them to make sure that they're here, and then when Ari says, please stand if you're on target for National Princess Court to please stand. Okay, perfect. That they stand up. Does that sound good? Because I think if I have them come up to the front, it's too much with the little bit of spaces here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I'll have them stand. So this one stand, and you guys will coach them in the behind the scenes, right? As we do more of these, like, they get it, like at our meetings, we don't have to think about what comes first, quarter sales, you know what I mean? Like, we start to get it, but these first few times, we need to do a lot of behind the scenes coaching and you guys being in the moment. There was a question.
Yes, last time there was a little confusion, like if the directors are standing for different things too, some of us were standing, some of us weren't, so.
Okay, this is such a great moment to have asked this question. I want you guys to know that this is the last year I'm gonna give directors recognition for the Princess Courts. I'm not taking it away from you guys this year because there's only 1 month left in the year. But next year, there will be no recognition for Princess Courts for directors. You're a leader. You need to finish the national court and get the real gig. Only diamonds. You will not get a ribbon. You will not get a prize for it. That'll be a consultant-only situation. Make sense? What if, God bless you, what if she had 13 qualified recruits and she just crossed over to director? Because she was a consultant the majority of the year, I will still give her her consultant gift. I'm not gonna jip people. I will never penalize you for promotion. Like, that does not exist in this planet. You will never be penalized for promotion. You promote yourself, I will give you, you know what I mean? But if you've been a director the majority of the year, you need to upgrade yourself to diamonds. So this year at seminar, I will give you a gift. I'm not gonna give you a ribbon for that because you need to finish the real gig. Does that make sense? We're not gonna water it down. Sounds good? Yeah. So, I really want consultants standing because you all know what we need to do. 3 times more than you did last month. Whatever you ordered personally last month, multiply it by 3. 56.5% commission, people. Row. Okay, all right. All right, seminar. The earrings are going around. Who has the earrings? Okay, as you pass them down, make sure you close the box again so that they get the full effect of holding the box, opening the box. All right, our goal is 120 registered, and we are at actual, as of today, 71. Yes, and I knew that it would, but this is my question. Do you know people who are gonna register, but they're waiting to get their flight? And if so, I need you to hold your fingers up like a 1 if it's 1 people, 4 people, like this. Hold your hand up if you know people, 1, 5 people. Thank you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. I'm sorry, 9. 10. 10? Okay, we're at 10. All right, so that's at 81. So we need 40 more people. Just so you guys know, tomorrow morning, I'm super excited. We leave to Disney World and we come back Friday mornings. We're going for 2 days before the crowd hits Disney, right? So I'll be writing all the cards on the way up and on the way back the next day. So my goal is that they would all be in the mail by this weekend. That's my goal. So your people can start getting them next week. If there are more than 50 submissions on there, if there's more, I will make a note on who got one versus who didn't. So, and I'll post the spreadsheet so you guys can see. But if there aren't more than 50, you just know 1 through 50 got them. Okay? So I'm basically gonna start that tomorrow morning. Okay? What else can we do to get seminar count up, Lisa Michelle?
I was gonna ask if you could guide us on some language, because I know for the rest of my unit who's not registered, like there's only so many I felt that a letter from you would make an impact, but I'd like to send a letter or note to the rest of them myself. But getting some guidance on what that kind of language should sound like, that I would appreciate, and I think that having that personal touch to our people would also help.
Have you had a conversation with them and you wanna follow up with it?
Most of them, yes, most of them has been a conversation. And then there's some that just aren't answering the phone, you know, but this is because life is complicated.
Okay, so I just want you guys to know, who do I focus on to go to seminar? Are people who are putting money in their pocket, even if it's not a lot of money, because they're only holding 2 appointments a month, but when they are working in business, they're coming home with money. And I tap into the, oh my goodness, you have so much potential. Like if you do this 5 seconds, and look how much money you make. There's that one, okay? The other category that I tap into would be people who really have a big vision. And I think sometimes a really big vision shuts them down. Like it's so big that then they don't even know where to start. And I really want to draw them back in. I re-speak the vision into them. And I let them know that this is a tool that is necessary for them to reach their vision. Say, you have a huge goal and I want to put you in front of big visionaries. Like, you've got to be there. Unless if you're okay with staying where you are. You've got to be okay with saying the difficult things. And it's not like you're saying it meanly, you're saying it out of love. You could be okay and say, but I'm busy, I go, I know, but it'll always be that way. You're gonna wake up in 5 years and in 10 years, and how old are you gonna be? Make them say their age. And it's gonna be the same thing. Making people say their age is a really good way to get people to snap out of the zombie infection. Like, you don't do something right now, in 5 years, you're gonna be, and what are you gonna have to say for yourself? Like, you've gotta do something different.
Can you guide us as to, because I think I've asked before, but how do you do, like, when you recognize, because this can get them to go more, do you do, like, when we have our unit dinners, and what do you guys do? So you guys do, like, if I have my top 5 in quarter sales, for example, and my top 2 aren't going to seminar, do you still just recognize the people that are there, and then you just don't have a queen that you recognize with a crown? Or do you have something before seminar or after seminar? Because everyone does something different. I've seen Rosie do something different. I've seen, you know, Esther and I and Janet get together normally and do something together, but like not always are my top people there. So how do I say, okay, well, our queen is in here, so
I don't say that.
is like, I'm saying I don't, but like, how do you say it? Like,
I just say our queen is Tatiana with 13,000, even though it was really Alex with 15. I don't remember saying any of that.
So really the queen is not who is actually queen on reports, it's who is there.
It's the number one out of the people who are present.
Correct.
That's
Really?
Correct.
Oh.
And I just want you to know, I do the same thing at seminar for directors, unless if it's dilation or death.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, it's the truth.
No.
I had a
I
crown,
think you never-
I had a crown university before. You didn't know it. You don't need to know. Nobody needs to know.
Because they.
Even the
because
queen
they-
But
might not
in
have
the
known.
newsletter, they see it, they're like, oh, I'm not gonna be.
Right, but I
That's
think
the only
it's the only way to honor the true commitment
Thank
that
you.
is to show
Oh, I
up.
completely agree with you, I'm not saying I'm not gonna.
So
do it.
Mary
But
Kay
they
does it
know
that
it,
way,
it's
did you
like-
know that?
That's true.
That if you're the queen of the seminar and you do not go, they don't say you're number two. They say you are the queen and they don't even mention number one.
When I was top 5 in Port of Sharing, number 4 did not show up that year.
So they gave number 5 the number 4.
Like, I forgot what I think they either didn't, they did something to like, I think it was either, maybe it was number 6, because my ranking didn't change, I was always 5, but there was somebody there and it was number 6, because Susana was number 7, and they bumped her up to 6.
Yeah.
They bumped everybody up.
Even-
So
Yeah.
because this is what Mary Kay, the company, does, we as nationals follow and directors follow. Yeah, so that's a great question because many of you don't know, you know what I mean? But I know that I used to have conversations with my top 5 in sales and my top 5 in sharing and say, I just want you to know you're ranking number 1 in your unit. You're gonna be the queen. You're gonna be recognized as the queen of sharing. You're gonna get to talk about what you did this year to make you the queen. What can I do to help you get there? You're a leader in our organization.
And so, okay, so what does the role play conversation go when, let's say my number 3 does go to seminar and she knows she's number 3, so when I crown
How do
her-
they know? I don't let the newsletter go
newsletter.
out. I don't release the newsletter until after we get back.
No,
from
but the
the
newsletter every month is.
I don't release it.
No, every month though has the.
Yeah, but anything can
But
happen in
June's
June.
crazy. June, everybody.
Right, like anything can happen in
So I can always
June.
say,
You don't release the June newsletter until after seminar. Even though it's in August this year.
so she can always think, oh wow, my order really bumped up or.
Yeah. It's not like they're not eventually gonna know if they actually go back to look, but how many people do?
I just don't think it's, I don't think it's that big of a deal. I think at the end of the day, like, if you, like Mary Kay does it, like, if you don't show up, you don't get the prize. I think there's more value.
No, I don't think I ever just knew that everyone did.
Right,
that.
she just
I
didn't know.
I'm not, I'm disagreeing.
Yeah,
with it. I'm just
But I
saying-
think the way you can spin it is, I think that there's more value in honoring a number 3 who showed up than in continuing to try and honor 1 and 2 who didn't
I agree,
go.
I've always found that it was
Yeah.
awkward, I'm like, how do I do that? Like,
Yeah.
I just never
That's
knew.
a great question. I'm sure many new directors are thinking that. Yes,
I have
ma'am.
a question about wording. So what you talk about 2 groups, the people with big vision, the people who are making money. What would you say to people who are making good money in your unit that have checked out from any kind of Mary Kay community?
That was.
Okay.
Has my number 1, number 2.
Like, okay, like meetings, conference calls, like for a while.
Are they still selling?
Yes,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
they're making money.
Same problem.
And there's no, like.
Okay, so
like,
this is how I
placing
start the
$3 and $4
conversation.
orders, there's no way
That's
they would be
exactly
doing
how
that.
Okay.
I'm making my 1 and 2.
So this is how I start the conversation. I start the conversation in this way. I'm gonna pretend it's you. Hey, Romy, or you're not answering my calls, whatever. I'll text you. Romy, I need your very valuable feedback on something. Do you have 5 minutes? That's how I start. I always start this way, but I'm gonna tell you why. This is very genuine. It is very sincere. I cannot stand failing. It irritates my soul. It is not acceptable to me. And I cannot win if I can't learn. So I love to learn. I need to know what happened here so I can learn from it so I never cross that bridge again. So this is very sincere. Romy, I need your very valuable feedback. When do you have 5 minutes? I know you're super busy. You call me. I'm like, listen, Romy, I wanted to talk to you about something. I know, and this is totally your personal experience, which is why it was so important for me to ask you because I really want to learn from the situation. So I know that you love Mary Kay. I know that you're making a lot of money because I see your reorders, so you're still obviously selling. Okay. But I also know that there's an interesting dynamic here that I've never crossed this bridge before. So I'm really hoping you can give me valuable feedback so that I can learn from it. I know that you're not plugged into our unit meetings and you're not plugged into this. I don't need you to excuse yourself or feel bad. This conversation is not to make you feel guilty or bad or anything. I really want to learn. I have a few questions for you because I don't want them to go on the, oh my goodness, but then the dog ate my keys and then the cat got pregnant by the dog and I can't handle it. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Because this is if you don't know that this is what happens, people feel bad that they haven't participated.
So they take something that did happen and make it look, and then they vomit on you, and then you try to run a race. So before I allow people to vomit on me, I already give them an excuse ahead of time, because I'm not gonna let you throw up on me. I want real. I am so not a Band-Aid person. I want real. So I'm like, listen, this is not so that you feel bad. This is really a learning experience for you. So I have some really specific questions for you, because I know that you are very busy. But I also know that you love Mary Kay, you bleed pink, and you make a lot of money. I wanna know, what could I do better as a leader? What can I do better as a leader to keep someone plugged in? What can I do better as a leader? And for example, I want you to be, and you have permission to be very honest with me. I'm not gonna be defensive. I really wanna learn. Do you feel that I'm overwhelming? Do you feel like I fell short? Do you feel like I misguided you? I wanna learn here. Can you be very honest with me? And I give them a few examples, because it might be something different, but I'm mentioning a few things that are rather like she probably would never say them to me unless if I gave her permission to. So in this way, I'm giving them permission. At which point, let's pretend she said that she felt like I misguided her. Que la llevé por un camino equivocado. And I would say, oh my goodness, immediately, my response is always, I am so sorry I made you feel that way. That is instant. I never defend myself, ever. Never. You're not trying to make yourself right. You're trying to learn. I am so sorry. I didn't need to make you feel that way. Would you be willing to share with me exactly what happened? She explains it to me. I say, I am so glad that you are willing to be this honest with me. I appreciate your transparency. I had no idea I made you feel that way. That was not at all my intention. But do you see how I'm not defending myself or explaining or going back through it? Because then we can get into a nitty-gritty. Say, I'm so glad you explained that to me. I'm gonna say, is there anything else that you feel is keeping you out of the community? Even though you are making money, you love Mary Kay, and you think. Is there something else? I wanna learn from this, because I'm creating my systems for next year, and I need them to be better than they were this year. I immediately thought of you. You're the perfect candidate to get valuable feedback from.
What do they have communicated that? What's another question?
If they have told you what it is, then I ask them, how can I make it better? And I want their input. If you were me, what were the 2 or 3 things you would do to make it better? I'll say, oh my God, that's awesome. Thank you. Notes written. These are things that you can expect to see in the new year. I want to tell you, thank you for your transparency. Thank you for your honesty. I want to apologize to you for having failed you as a leader. I am a growing leader. This is only my 6th year in Mary Kay. Would you be willing to give me another chance?
And it's something personal that you really can't control, that it's not you, it's their personal life. Would you?
Oh, if it's their personal life? No, but this is constructive feedback. It has nothing to do with their personal life, because I set that boundary at the beginning. Remember?
No, because I mean, what's keeping them away is husband or overwhelming at work, and their priority isn't Mary Kay, but they're still queen, or they're still.
No, but that wasn't the question. At the very beginning, I set a boundary that she cannot give me any of those things. So I said, Alex, I really want to thank you for taking my call. I wanted to ask you, I know that you love your Mary Kay, and you bleed pink, and you make a lot of money in Mary Kay, because I see your reorders and you're maintaining your customer base. Aside from life happening, what could I do as a leader? What could I do as a leader to make you feel more, to make you more connected to our community? What could I do to facilitate the process so that your attendance would increase? See, I can't control outside factors like your work and your husband or whatever, but I need to know where I'm failing. So the conversation should not be around their busy life. So she's not allowed to throw up on me. Because the reality is I can't control life. I cannot control that. But what I can control, I will. I need to create this environment. This is what I'll tell you happens in that exercise. When you have someone's buy-in, when you have someone's feedback, you have their buy-in. When you have their buy-in, you have their commitment. People who know that they affect culture stay around. That's reality. Does that make sense? So she shouldn't answer that way if you ask the question that
No,
way.
I mean, with this person, I've had that conversation and I know why they're away. It's not anything to do with what we're not doing or what we're doing. It's just because they love their jobs and they're very happy and it's just medication is not high priority. So having them a conversation as to why we want to go to seminar, I wouldn't even have that conversation because I know where they're at. It's nothing that can change. It's just right now where they are in their life kind of thing, you know?
You know, when I ask people, you have to have the courage to dig deeper to get past the surface. So for example, when she says she loves her life, I'm like, so there's no dream you want to make a reality. You're telling me you're living every version of all the dreams you've ever had.
It's hard when they're making a lot of money. I know.
No, just because you're making a lot of money doesn't mean you're living your dream life.
I know, I agree, but-
Like now they could be living their dream life. They really could, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But what if they're not? And that's where you step in, if they're not. So I'm not saying that they're not, I'm just saying, just because people make money doesn't mean anything. I think we had a director in our driven national area who made more money a year than Daisha and me put together. Did y'all know that? She was here, driven director for a couple of years. Her annual income was more than mine and Daisha's combined, and she was one of our directors. It's not about the money. And she never missed anything. She was here at everything.
My company used to make more than $1 million a year, and I was not happy.
Right. It doesn't necessarily mean that so that's why I encourage you to just dig a little deeper.
But I think
can't be
that
divorced.
those people, Alex, you wouldn't have this conversation.
No.
That's what I'm saying, that's what I'm trying to.
Yeah, I don't think
saying
so.
to have
She was
conversations.
asking about probably a different type of person.
Like when I think of people who are making money and are disconnected, like I think of Darlene. Like Darlene sells Mary Kay, like there's no tomorrow.
Mhm.
But like I think that these questions, so here's my second question is, once you go through this, how do you connect that to like coming back in seminar?
Okay, perfect question. So I'm having a conversation with Darlene.
Okay.
She gives me valuable feedback. Most of the time, just so you know, in that conversation, most of the time it comes back to a discontent that they have and has
I can see
nothing to
that.
do with you.
So,
So we're just gonna pick one. I'm just gonna make it up. I have no idea this is it. She feels guilty. I'm just gonna pick one. I have no idea. She feels guilty that she's no longer being the leader she thinks she should be because she's a person of responsibility. I will say, you know what, Darlene? You need to forgive yourself for that. You need to be okay that you gave it your all and that isn't what you needed for your life. You need to be okay with that. But I know from the last time we spoke, unless if it's changed, your Mary Kay business pays for your kids' college education. Let me ask you a question. Did you make more this year or last year in Mary Kay? What is she gonna say?
last year.
Last year. Last year you went to seminar. This year you did not. When you go to seminar again this year, Darlene, I want you to imagine, use the word imagine. I want you to imagine yourself at seminar this year. Do you feel more energized about your dream? Are you surrounding yourself with dreamers? Do your children still need that income for their college education? How would you like to make more money this year? That is the invitation I'm extending to you. And from our past, we know that this is a fact. When you go to seminar, you make more money. That is what I know. And I know that you know that because you've lived it. I'm not saying you need to be a leader. You're very passionate about your product, about your customers, and when you're in the loop, you're making more money. And you're paying off more loans for your children. That's what I speak to. I speak to their dreams. And to what they know to be true for themselves. The other thing that I tell people is I say, it's an investment and you will get out of it whatever you put into it. If you're thinking it's gonna solve all your problems, it's not. But if you're going there to learn what it is that you need to learn to make this year different, you need to go. I know it's more expensive, but for the people who really can wiggle in this direction, I'm gonna recommend rooming on your own. You're gonna have a much different seminar experience. You don't have to wake up as early, you get to sleep more, you don't have to share a bathroom with 4 people. You don't have to worry about someone being negative or mouthing off or any of that, because it's an investment. when I think about it, I've never had a roommate as seminar other than my husband. It just changes your experience. And you have to decide. I've already spent $800 to get there. Am I gonna spend an extra $200 or $250 to be in my own right so that I can be, you get me? Because it's almost like, y'all know how that is. Well, I've already bought this, I may as well, just a little bit more to change the experience completely. Okay, we have one more question.
Yes, so the same thing that you were talking about, those kind of people that they're selling and that they're not in the community, what about if they don't even give you responses to the test and I can confirm that they are reading to my test or messengers, but they still placing orders and doing everything?
Okay, and I have a few of those. I mean, for years, she's just never responded to me. Next. I'm just gonna tell you something. I have very limited energy, and I choose who I give it to. Because when you hang around me, you make more money. I've never had someone hang around me and make less money. It just has never happened. Because I know what I'm doing. When you're around me, don't you make more money? Every time. Is it true? Nobody, should I get a t-shirt? Is that what you said?
I said, like a teacher, hang around me, you'll make more money.
Oh, you wear that to my parties! Can we wear that to director? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's gonna be at our next photo shoot.
Yes.
Make it happen. Make it happen, logisticals. I just want you guys to know, I do not. If there's any way to be successful in this business, is you've got to be the perfect dude. Do y'all know who the perfect dude is? Like, he chases you, but he's not desperate and squeezes you out of his fingers. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's confident, but he's not overbearing. Like, he puts it there, and then he's like, oh, you want it? You know what I mean? Like, you've got to be that person. I do not chase people down. I never have in 13 years. I don't want to use the word never, but I don't believe I ever will. But I don't chase people down. If you want to make money, this is here. If you're scared, it will go away when you start. If you're afraid, once you get going, it's going to go away. If you don't believe, once you get started, the belief will come in. I just speak to what is actually there. Maybe that's my D. I don't have time to talk about all the dramas and traumas you got going on. Listen, once you start, the fear goes away. Once you start, the belief starts to come in. So when people just start, like, this week alone, I had like 5 busy bees asking me to remove from the text message. I say, okay, not a problem. If you need anything, just call me or text me. Have a great day. That's it. There was only one person that said something different to. Lisa Skinner. She did 90 faces in 90 days. She's been a consultant on my team since 2008. She didn't place an order, so she's no longer a consultant. She said it's been a great time. I've loved my Mary Kay business. I've learned a lot. I guess I'm no longer a busy bee. And I replied to her. I said, Lisa, oh my goodness, I can't believe the time has come and gone. I remember how proud you were of your 90 faces and how proud you were of building a business. You can still come back. I'd love to have you as a busy bee. Again, she has not replied. You know, but she's the only one I reached out to. Why? She had 90 customers. Because you cannot believe the things people tell you. You cannot. It's a bunch of excuses. Son paquete. Es un paquete. It's the truth. It's todo un paquete. I don't believe it. Yeah.
What's that fine line between, like, sort of not sounding mean about it, you know what I mean? Because, for example, one of them that I've been going through a lot is they don't want to come to meetings. Like today, we have our area. Oh, it's raining. I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it. So my natural thing is like, well, for real.
I know.
Do you know her or you just know her?
No, she's one of my consultants.
But like, is she your friend you recruited or
no?
Okay.
No.
It's raining, I'm not going.
She says there's
she
a
married?
thunderstorm. Shortish.
Does she have kids?
No.
She has kids. I would reply, tell me what really happened today.
But what if,
But
so
what really
this kind of
happened?
devil's advocate, what if it literally is just laziness? What if it's like, oh, look at that one.
What's her dream?
I'm tired.
Tell
I
me her
need to
dream.
go.
Tell me her dream.
I would say her dream is she wants more money so she can buy a house.
So she can buy a house?
Yeah.
Let's say, don't you want to add money to that deposit? Your choice.
See, but how do you?
I just say it. I just type it in there. I put the little emoticon of the house, and I put equals, your Mary Kay equals your home deposit, your choice question mark. I'm gonna tell you why. You're either gonna find out now that she's in or later. You could waste more time. I'd rather know now. But this is my D.
No, no,
So this is what happened. So
So
when
my
you,
thing was like, that's an excuse.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
her
So
real
when you
reason
have-
at the top.
when you have that much courage, I'm gonna tell you what happens. One of two things happen. The hungry go, I am hungry. I like her. She's gonna make me chase it down. Or they're gonna be like, who's she? She is. Well, good, get out of here.
Yeah,
Right now, get out of here.
but listen, your personality, but honestly, this meeting can change the deposit on your new home.
There we go. That's so much nicer. Thank you.
So impressed.
Not everybody that's gonna be Eat it, say it again. She's gonna say it again. Go, Enid.
Honestly, this meeting can change the deposit that you put on that house.
Dale.
Hanging around with me too much.
Dale.
No, I'm just
You guys, I'm gonna pray for you guys to have more courage. You guys need to have a lot more courage. This whole like, oh, you can stay right here, my tetita all day. I'm just gonna coddle you and no, it's okay. No, like I'm sorry. This is a business. We need to have more courage. Why? Because then people love us for it. It's like, have you ever had like a really hard teacher, or a really hard coach? And like during it, you hated it, but then at the end of the year, they were your favorite one. Yes. Yes, because they stretch you, they draw you out, they pull you out. Okay, we have other things to cover. Is that okay? Do you have a question?
Yeah.
Okay, is there a question?
No, it's not, it's not a decision.
Fine.
I was gonna say, I set boundaries early on in my NCL, I let them know, I need to know if your interest is 200 a month or making 2,000 a month, because my time is limited, so I need to like see what I'm prioritizing, who I'm placing my time with. So really, you're not chasing them, they should be chasing you.
I know. See, but I understand her personality because we are very similar.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you something that like I've learned to focus on in the last 6 weeks is that she's said in prior meetings, we don't get like expanded by her talking. We get expanded by each other talking.
Yes.
So I can tell you that I quieted the noise and I started focusing on what we had a coaching in a call and start tuning out the noise. You'll work personally and it'll affect your team and your unit, but be a little bit more bolder because I've been doing it with my consultant and the feedback that I'm getting is, oh, well, if you're doing it, I'll do it. You get what I'm saying? So just be a little bit more bold.
And you already lead by example.
Doing
So
what?
you can. You have the position that everybody does. You have the position, the authority to step out like that because you already lead by example. And so I'll just give you guys an example. Lisa was one of 4 directors in the Driven area that not only hit her 10% in April, but she also hit it in May and got that extra $1,000. And her production has gone crazy up, and she's earning her Equinox this month. And just like turning down the noise. Turning down the noise. Okay, other thing that I want to talk about is turn down the noise. Hang around me. When you hang around me, you make more money.
Hang around me.
I love it. Okay, all right. I want to talk about road trip with Ari. I wanted to talk about it last month, but there was too little time. Okay, so this is what I was gonna say last month. That I was gonna extend it all the way to July 31st, announce the winners in August, right? And we go on the trip in September to Chicago. The trip date is not changing. So I think what I'm gonna say today is I'm gonna bring back out road trip with Ari, announce the date that we're going to Chicago, okay? And I'm gonna let them go back and count April parties, May, June, and July. So they have 4 months to hold all 20 for the invitation. But we're still gonna go in September to Chicago.
So that's literally 5 parties a month.
That's literally 5 parties a month if you were here. If you're new, you're gonna bust it out June and July.
okay?
The date
and
of
that's-
September, the actual trip date.
I have to actually put the dates down because it's like 21st to the 23rd, or I'm going to see. The only reason I don't have it solidified is because the schedule Mary Kay has for new director of education is different than what I have, what they gave me. Yeah.
Remember that September is Peru and it's Medellin.
I will be in Peru. I'll be back from Peru. It's at the end of September. It'll be during seminar.
Medellin.
It is during Medellin seminar. I know.
And remind me, I know in September.
I take you on another trip.
PAB, right? September is also PAB.
Yes, that's the 16th. Pat Fortenberry is like, whatever the dates are, I have it
Same
here.
day as our camp holiday,
No, it's not the same day as Camp Holidays, but the week after.
week after.
September will be
23rd.
insane.
What? Sorry.
Camp holiday, so
Camp
PAB-
Holidays is the 16th.
So PAB's gonna be on the 23rd.
No, I can't, I don't have a calendar in front of me, so can we not do this, because then it's just gonna confuse people. Like, if you don't, I don't have it, so I can't tell you, and then we're throwing out numbers and losing the people. See the viewer count just went down. I know these things, yeah, with the state. Okay, so that is my strategy for road trip with Ari, okay? Other things that are gonna happen tonight, when people walk in, everybody's gonna get a diamond circle sticker. It literally looks like my diamond circle pin that everybody's gonna wear. I want you to put it on your director jacket and leave it on all month, okay? Your diamond circle sticker, okay? Tonight, we will recognize the top 10 in directors, okay? So we're gonna do all that recognition tonight to keep it pretty simple. Sounds good? Okay, so, oh my gosh, I just had an important question I wanted to ask you guys. We were talking about road trip with Ari.
Road trip,
We were talking about,
texting people, what you're dreaming.
no, it was after that. Road trip with Ari.
Seminar, we were talking all about seminar, people who are attending seminar.
Oh, summer,
We have-
We're gonna talk about summer beauty school after we eat.
Registration, maybe, like.
We were talking about seminar registration.
Oh, registration, okay. Registration is probably the hardest thing, okay? Because if they are already done with STAR, they need a sash. Everybody gets a sticker, okay? If they place the 600 in May, they get a button, a big button. It's a purple button. It has MK in it. That's our Super 6 Club. Every month that they do a 600, they get to wear that button at the rally, okay? Here.
We just ask them if they deserve, and we take their word for it, or.
No, there's actually a list, and we're getting it in alphabetical order this time.
Thank you, I love
Because
it.
it was insane. For the most part, most people don't lie about that.
Yeah.
It's the ones that are confused
Right.
that we have to check. And we're like, I don't know, who's your director? Hey, did she do it? Yeah, she did it. It's almost easier looking for her name on that list. Okay, so we're getting it in alphabetical order. This month, I want to talk about road trip with Ari. Okay, senior consultants are gonna get double senior consultants. Anyone who promoted themselves, they're getting a gift today from me. I'm so excited. Okay, all right, we're gonna debut our reds. Our DIQs are gonna come up. She'll be here? Okay, perfect. We'll give out the $1,000 bonuses to directors. We're gonna pin the new consultants. We'll do our bracelet winners, right? Our bracelet winners will count down just like we did last time. We'll get Super 6 buttons. Everybody who did a 600 last month. We'll talk about STAR and the STAR raffle. Okay, this is what I am doing for, I might have to call on Amadi. Everybody who, well, there's a raffle that's happening that you can win a mani-pedi with me, and I can't remember what it is. Janet, can you text Anamari and say Ari wants to know what the raffle for the mani-pedi is? I want to say it's for seminar registration, so we get more registrations today, but I can't remember. So it's going to be something like everybody who registers today, their name goes into the raffle, plus everyone who's already registered goes into the raffle. And somebody's going to win a mani-pedi with me. Because I need more. Seminar. I want to say seminar. I don't know. Don't take my word for that. It's on the paper. Okay.
Does Esther have our responsibilities?
Yes, Esther posted it all. She sent it to me and I need to post it, but I'll post it after we eat. Okay. We'll give out the earrings. That's what I need to ask you. How are we going to give out these earrings?
Are those ours? What, from your ears?
Yeah. The pink unicorns are yours, baby. They're super cute. Super cute. Super. Did you like my little flyer with pink little unicorns? Yeah. They're so cute. Okay. How are we gonna give out the earrings? Yes.
I will say personally that my team was very motivated because it was you, the one that was giving that prize. So
What can I give for June and for what?
You guys will help, we'll think about that during lunchtime, okay? We'll talk about that. But how can we do earrings? Focus.
I mean, people who earn them know that they earn them, right? Like, come up
See,
with-
we're gonna have them in bundles by directors. This is Jessica's bag, this is Tatiana's
The
bag, this
directors
is
can
Mabel's
also
bag.
people, and then but you give them, because that way they get it from you.
So should I call up, first line,
Director,
second
and
line,
people.
third line?
That month, they see what they missed.
Because it's
No, they miss a special, but they get much.
Is there a way that we could get it at the beginning and we sort them out, whoever's here, and give them to you, and you just have them in a basket and people just come up and grab them? Like they just walk up like that and grab them?
I feel
What
like
if,
it might be
what if
something.
they pick them up, what if they pick them up at registration?
Mhm.
They put them on, and then at the.
We do a
meeting,
march.
You say, if you are wearing your earrings, walk up here.
Oh,
This is when your diamond ring gets better, bigger.
No, because we have directors doing registration.
Right.
That helps those people. No, so like when they register.
So you need
give a list,
it
right?
in alphabetical order.
Give a
As long as
list,
they have a list, we're fine.
yeah, give a list.
Well, I will tell you this, because of how we had to do it, where it's a column of active, inactive, and if you just put in her first name, you didn't put in her last name, it's gonna be a little whatever, but it'll be at registration.
Can we do like
It's
when they
gonna
do a
work out.
seminar, when there's a new director, we like, do a noise?
We have an earring winner, you need clappers? Okay,
Yeah,
can you
clappers.
text Anamani that when she goes to Party City to also buy a little
And
baggie
we'll do
of
like a
clappers?
loud thing.
Just like 4 or 5 clappers?
I think what we'll probably need them, because registration will be really busy.
It will be.
I think what we probably need the most help with, I don't think we need extra people at registration, because then it gets chaotic, but what we do need help with is like fun and like S's and I's and entertaining people that will keep people calm and entertained while they're in the line. Kind of like when you're
I
at
love it.
Disney, like they entertain you, you're
Fluffers.
the internal line, like, I don't know, just like greeters, like, hey, how are you?
That's
Like,
great.
you know what I mean, like maybe bringing
Yeah.
coffee out there. I don't
Well,
know,
you know what
something.
you could do to them? You could start giving them their sticker, their diamond
Yes.
circle sticker, because there's no earning it. You came, you got a diamond circle sticker.
Yes.
And then tell them, "Well, put it on your jacket, you're gonna wear it all month. All month. You're not washing this jacket this month.
And how are we?
Welcome to directorship.
Today, we're doing a lot of passes, so we only have one slidey thingy. How are we gonna do where they wanna pay for their pass?
Most people have a monthly pass card. Last month, we didn't
A
have
lot of them are
to.
buying them today.
Right, but
Yeah,
yeah,
because it's so
because
early
it is the
for
first week.
Oh,
Right.
snap.
Yeah.
Okay, is that a Square account?
We only have it on Dacia's.
It is a Square account.
We
I
need
don't
the,
I don't know if we have to ask Kendra for that.
Because you can manually.
okay, can you do
Unless
this
we-
very much
unless we
call
have it,
Kendra to send us a link, and then we can send the link to people, and they can just show us their invoice.
Unless we do like one director that does just that only, and then they go to.
Okay, we'll talk about that in, we're gonna talk about that about lunch, because that doesn't affect
Our
people the
Ready
world.
Ready is for 1,000-day achievers in May and in June.
Oh, that's what it is, okay. I knew it wasn't summer registration, I was like, this doesn't sound right. Okay, you ready? So, I'm gonna talk about the $1,000 day again. I don't know how many winners there were in May, okay? Do you guys have people that told you they had their $1,000 day?
No, I'm actually doing it this month again, like it's on our unit calendar. They didn't
So,
give it to us.
Just to give you an idea, in April, we only had 6 directors that hit their $1,000 bonus, but in May, we had 12 directors. It takes a while before things catch on, so I don't wanna let go of the $1,000 day. I'm gonna release the $1,000 day again, okay? But this time, anyone who did it in May, their name goes into the raffle, and anyone who does it in June, their name goes into the raffle again. And somebody's gonna win a mani-pedi with me, is what we're gonna do. Because we need $1,000 days, okay? Yeah. I'm also gonna talk about that this is a great month to reinvest a little bit more than you normally would because of the discounted products.
How are you like ranking, or how are you like seeing the $1,000 day, because they have a $500 wholesale order?
No.
Like, how is it?
No, they actually will have to submit a form.
Okay,
Like a simple form, your name, your director's name, the day of your $1,000 day, how much you had in sales after any discounts.
So
And
you're,
that's
so
it.
you're not doing anything for seminar registrations today.
I have seminar forms that I'm passing out and I'm playing the seminar video. And guess what video I'm playing? The old school one.
Yeah.
From 2008.
yes.
The old ones are
Yeah, that's-
untouchable. They're awesome. Okay, all right, got it.
Another video that might be really good for today is the MST video. If you're gonna talk about
Yes, I
dreams.
still cry when I see
I
that.
like, that's like the best video.
A deep cry.
So they can understand like what they're gonna see at seminar,
Yeah, that's, and that's more trendy too.
MST video.
It's more trendy than the old one.
We won awards for our video.
That's like the best one. Okay, got it. I think I got everything here. All right. All right, I think we covered all the logistical things for today with the exception of we're gonna practice on Zoom and see if it works. The last thing I wanna talk about is what I would love consultants who are not at a hub or within driving distance of a hub to be able to register for this event. That the link gets sent to them, okay? That would require us using Zoom, which we're gonna practice in a little bit. But I know I had people in Arizona, California, like it's not driving distance so that they can connect. Does that sound good? Do you guys have people asking you for this?
Yeah.
You do?
The earlier we can send out the link, the earlier they can download any app that they need, or if they need to put it onto their computer beforehand. So once we're done testing, as soon as we get the
Okay,
meeting.
that sounds good. So here we are, we're gonna grab our food, sit down and talk about summer beauty school while we eat. Does that sound good? Okay, and then we're gonna do our dance practice and then logistics will run. Who has a laptop here? Okay, good, so the 5 of us can try Zooming. Does that sound good? Okay, all right, that sounds good, yes.
You want to give us the weeks to wear tonight, or you're going to give them tonight?
Our pink unicorn earrings.
Oh, I'm giving them to you tonight in front of everybody.
Okay, and the consultants that are not here, that are out of, can you give us?
Okay,
I can say, the
yes.
ones that aren't here.
Just so you guys know, you're getting a bag with your name of how many earrings you have, okay? If you have 10 in there and 5 people are here, your bag will have 5 at the end of the night, and it is your responsibility to get into those 5 people that weren't here. I'm not paying for shipping.
But
Right.
for registrations, it is holding all the earrings and then we just go to that bag. Who's your director, Romy, okay?
Right, so like
decide.
registration will have all the earrings,
All the
and
bags.
then all the bags, right? Registration will have all the bags, and then we'll just leave them there,
Mhm.
and at the end of the night, go get your bag, and it'll have the leftovers. See?
Yeah, so they have to
When
say,
they register, we can,
so
I
that
can go into
every,
your bag and go, okay, Lisa,
Right,
here's your.
it would be easier if the bag had a post-it note with the names on it.
Correct,
Right, so
Right.
who's your director, Romy, and grab the little
Exactly.
guy. What's your name? Anna, stretch it out, congratulations.
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
Perfect.
all right,
And I would put the post.
can you text on Amadi then? Thank you.
I did already. About the cappers?
No, what I just said, that each bag would have a piece of paper with the winner's names on it and the director's name. Each bag needs to have a paper. Un pedazo de
I
papel.
can't fall off.
Yeah.
Like staple it or kind of bag it.
Okay,
Turin, just a question for you, does your scanner have an Ethernet import on it? Like,
No.
It's not.
No.
It does Wi-Fi.
no, I can get one, my husband has. Yeah. It's a converter, it would be better, I agree. Bam. Power. Text on Amadi not to leave the house until she gets a cord from Shane. That will help.
That you.
Okay, let's pray and bless the food. Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you for this morning. Please bless this food to our bodies, that it would give us the energy we need to go through summer beauty school and our dance practice. We ask you for all these things in the precious name of your son, Jesus. Amen. For those of you that are watching online, we're going to come back together in about 15 minutes and start summer beauty school so you could be on. Any suggestions that you have for summer beauty school, please just text me and then I'll be able to say your idea or your suggestion as we work through it, okay?
This is we need to squeeze into summer dresses.
I left mine upstairs so that
It's also coming. Move coming.
I had the bigger socks on
Was lunch or hair?
Do you understand that? Lunch or your hair?
Still got it so high level. So
What do you mean no?
Oh my God, I'm not sure like you're a baby and the baby thinks Sharon. Pero si ella sabe que si our subscription on like month end, and it was month end
Oh my God. It is so fun.
That's crazy.
I want you to know. My husband, we have a family challenge. My husband, me, and my daughters. And we just put it in the boat. Not yet. I don't have their flight. Right, but, well, they do, it's not like connected.
You took a show and you yes, I did.
That's so cool. Lo cambiaron con la ley.
Red is here.
I was looking at the errands, and I didn't know what you were taking account. And you said, okay, 40 more to go. So what was everybody saying? How many you know are going that haven't signed up yet? Okay, great. I didn't put anything. 83. Okay, so now we I was like, I'm looking at the errands.
He's done like, check out the video on Saturday.
And so, I don't know, right?
I know. That's really cute. Isn't it cute? I love the green, like really. But I don't know if it's the same thing. The one that he tagged me. This is gonna be his. So then when I go get the password,
Is it still raining outside? Like if I stand outside the door, do you get rained on? I need to come out. Is it warm out there?
It's supposed to rain.
That's why.
It's the same, yeah, the same one.
No, he's not a kid of America. He's choreographed the dance. Breeze, with the healthy.
See, that's how I saw. So
Oh, you did? No. Okay, I can do the dance.
Right.
Good.
Please.
We're so happy. I'm like, oh my God.
Oh my God. I'm so cold.
Does anybody have two plates instead of one? Yeah, Janet. Except for over there.
So. We can move that. They know that she's not there. So they're sliding, she has to do this. And they slide these. Use that. So if you look at the point of July. I need to say. Like I'm ready to absolve you, you're getting stuck on her. So you're ready to absolve, you're getting stuck on her.
I got a lot of them, about years ago, but I don't get
I'm gonna make you your copy now. After I look for
I followed your instructions and it's great.
right, it works. And it's not the same quality, but at least it's like doable.
Yeah. So you guys, if you have a copy of your lookbook, if you'll pull it out, that would be probably helpful when we start. Good. Can we talk about a few other logistical things for our future meetings? So I've called the Donna Shula Hotel and I've not heard back from them, but Janet got a connection and we got a much better rate so far, half the price of the Intercontinental
Where?
at Donna Shula with free parking. The situation is, yeah, parking is free there. The situation is we're gonna give them our dates in advance so that we can see if we could get it discounted even more, okay? This is my question. Obviously in June, we're not having a guest speaker. I am the guest speaker because I'm gonna share my story because I want people to connect to what Driven is. Like, this is our family, okay? My plan for July is vision casting workshop. Like, because it's July, it's the beginning of the year, that they leave with something tangible that they've worked on, worked towards, something, okay? That's for July. August, we're at seminar. September is Camp Holiday. So here's my question. If Camp Holiday is Driven only, we're not with DARE. I let Daisha know that in advance, because it's not just gonna be Camp Holiday, it will be our all-area meeting. So we're gonna have recognition, and we're gonna do our debuts, and we're gonna train on holiday stuff. So it's all, oh, my battery is dying. Why is my battery dying?
Because the structure's not.
Amen. Okay. So my question for September is, totally, we'll take a vote. Who does want to have a guest speaker for Camp Holiday? Or how many of you think we've got it? Because remember, in August, they got nationals when they go to seminar. And in October, they're gonna have a national when they go to advance. So I'm thinking September, we can just teach it ourselves.
Are we gonna do anything with the marketing in the beginning and that was for what? January,
That was
February?
advance.
And January.
We'll talk about that.
Will we have a guest speaker in July?
No.
I was not planning on it because I really want to have a vision casting workshop.
For in that case,
And I'm gonna tell you why, because in August, they're gonna go see, if they wanna see a national, they're gonna go to seminar.
yeah.
And plus, so, watch, so we could have one in July, but then in August is seminar, and in September it's us, and then October is advanced, right? In November and in December, we could easily have a guest speaker. And I'd rather have one in December than in November,
No, for sure.
right?
December, yeah.
Yeah, and then January is January Jumpstart. And then we could easily have a guest speaker in February. But March is career conference. And then we have April, May, June, the 3 big months.
We know we're going to March or April to April yet.
Career conference is in March. All career conferences are in March this year. Which weekend it is the thing that we don't know yet.
So we'll still have our first week of April as an all area.
So I'm thinking, have a guest speaker in December.
Which is good because then we're not ending at 10 p.m. every single month, which is gonna be. And
Right.
some families.
Guest speaker in December, February, because January is Jumpstart. Do we want a guest speaker for Jumpstart like last year?
Well, the marketing opportunity thing, I liked. I like the whole marketing stuff.
That was with
In the
Diana
morning,
Sanchez,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, we did a guest event in the morning.
And we had Gloria in fall events, so we had that twice last
I
time.
vote 100%.
For sure.
Okay, so then we want a guest speaker in January, not in. Then we're gonna have December and January. That's back to back. Would we rather have November and January?
Yeah.
This is the situation with November. There's only 1 week from the advance until our all area meeting. Because advance is October 27th and our all area meeting is like November 7th.
They don't need it in the speaker.
No, we don't.
No, save your
Save it for January.
Save your coins for the.
I'm gonna tell you, I'd rather be in front of them November and January because I'm not gonna be in front of them in October the same way. You get what I'm saying? Because November and December, I'm gonna steer that ship.
And most likely the people that maybe don't go to seminar, they probably will go to advance, but that's a very high attendance.
It will be high attendance because it's Joanne's last one. And it's in Orlando.
It's not fluff.
And it won't be that expensive either. We got a really great price at a hotel. It won't be as inexpensive as when I do it, but it won't be that expensive, which is good. Okay, so then we're just thinking we're gonna have our next guest speaker in January, for January Jump. Okay, can I get suggestions on who you would want at Jumpstart? So she would do a guest event in the beginning. I have an idea of one. She's super powerful. She's a new national. She's a young mom. Her kid, Crystal Trojanowski.
Oh, I like her.
I like it.
Yes.
Oh, I think I just nailed your girlfriend. She's like, okay, Crystal, I'm gonna ask her any other suggestions in the event that she's not available, because the thing about January Jumpstart is this, almost everybody does their January Jumpstart on the same day, so nobody's available. So my backup is an Ameritide, because she doesn't have a Jumpstart to go to.
Oh, that's
You like
Some
that?
different wisdom.
I mean, he's a maritime.
Oh, we have one down.
Pat, well, you're gonna see Pat in September.
right, she'll be
Pat Fortenberry, Vivian, Vivian Diaz, she's a lot of fun and very opposite of me, so that would be really good. Anybody else? She would do a great guest event.
For sure.
Anybody else?
I don't know about the
Cheryl Warfield is in Florida.
I got to know her at one of your.
Like Jenny took her, but it looked like a thing for her area. And she was.
I can ask her. Anybody else?
You know, Barbara Sundin lives in Florida too.
She's not a guest event girl.
I can see that.
Mhm. If we're gonna do a guest event, we want someone who's like gonna
Capture the audience.
slam dunk it, you know?
Oh, well, she had to like fly in Cheryl. I feel like Cheryl Warfield would be a great estimate speaker.
She can drive in.
Right? She retired last year.
Okay, all right, we've got a few ideas. So then if we're gonna have a guest speaker in January, we're not gonna have one in February. March is career conference, so we're gonna have one in April. Or, hold up. April is when I kick off Driven Next Gen.
And how much we want.
I think we should have a guest speaker in May, not in April. I'm gonna take April strategically. Cause I will kick off Next Gen and it's just us. And so May we need a guest speaker, just like this year. And we can talk about having a guest speaker, then I'll take June, July is seminar, and then we keep rolling, we'll do next year. So it looks so far like we're gonna have a guest speaker in January and in May. Because there are cases and events that people could, okay, we're gonna test out Zoom now. In a minute. And, Janet, ask your phone to Lisa Michelle, she's gonna type in what she needs to check the safety class. Type it in there for Armani. After we do summer beauty school. Yeah, you got time. We're gonna do summer beauty school first. That's fine.
I don't know what.
We're gonna do summer beauty school first, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, you're good. No Zoom yet. Summer beauty school. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna have guest speakers in January and in May. I think that's really good timing. It spreads it out. Yeah. Yeah, it is strategic, for sure. Okay. So this is the other thing I want to talk to you guys about, and I do need your full attention for this. In an ideal world, I do not want to charge consultants for the all area event. We cannot stay here because we don't fit. So if we can get the price low enough at Don Shula, right? I know what I'm willing to pay. If all the local directors would then take the balance and we divide it, so that consultants don't have to pay and it's a free meeting to blow it up. And this is what I'm thinking, we'll sell stuff, like raffle tickets. Whatever we sell, we apply it for the next month, plus what I pay, and the balance we divide by the directors. However, I cannot have a director say, oh no, but I can't pay because I didn't make production because of this. Like, it's gotta be like, we're all in or we're not. Like, you know what I mean? Because I don't wanna charge consultants for the all area meeting. I don't want them to have an excuse to not come. I want them to just come. I want them to just be there so that it's powerful. I know that they will always all buy raffle tickets. What do you?
Can we do something similar to what we did with the Michael Kors purses, where we send you something every quarter, or like maybe you pick a number?
We won't know.
We won't know.
Well, it depends on how much we sell in raffles the month prior.
But we'll know what the highest possible is, it'll always be less based on.
Correct. Like the first time we do it is the highest, and after that, theoretically, it should always be lower for two reasons. We're always selling raffle tickets, and number two, we're offering more directors. Yes.
So just logistically, because not every director's in this room.
Correct.
Okay.
I would suggest that you put a poll on the driven directors so that there's a voting whether everybody's in or everybody's not.
Right.
Just because it keeps everything, oh, I wasn't aware or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Unless you want to just do the people that, I mean, I know I'm not a local director, but I have to.
No, I think everybody should be able to vote and say, you know, because we want, it's, I mean, we can't decide for the masses. We are the mass, but we can't decide for everybody. Everybody needs to vote, so it's a great
Yeah,
suggestion.
that's what this company's been directed anyway, right? Like even if they're in another state, like Karen, or like, do they still pay too, or is it just every director, or just the ones that actually will physically attend?
I have no idea. It's just, this is the thing. If they, this is what I'm thinking. If you have a monthly pass, it's free. If you don't have a monthly pass, then you pay at the door. Like, you can buy your monthly pass, and I don't care whose monthly pass it is. It could be Rosie's, it could be Beauty Boutiques, it could be Kendall Beauty Studio. It's in our hearts and our lives forever. Somebody's gonna show up with an, correct. That's why I don't want them to pay extra.
That's my opinion. I think
No, meaning that they're actually gonna be here, but the director's not.
That's something, I'm sorry, I don't think the director should pay.
Out-of-town directors, no.
I think that
Because-
we adopt them anyway, so we're kind of accountable.
I mean, it's
for them,
only,
and
it's
then
only what, it's
they're
only
already
like 5
creating a
people.
hub, They're not physically here,
Yeah.
I feel like. they
That
don't-
would be, it would be Karen, it would be Menton,
and Jay, Rob.
yeah, so it would be, or it'd be
Marilyn.
like, yeah, DC, like all the people who do hubs.
Yeah.
Do hubs.
We'll just take care of their people for them.
Yeah.
So it would be that your people could show up with their monthly pass for your meeting, and they're in the door if they buy a monthly pass. And that'll give you more selling power for your monthly pass. I don't care if it's an Orlando monthly pass, it doesn't matter to me. You have a monthly pass, you got your foot in the door, and they have to bring it. They have to bring it because
They're
we have
used
no
to
way
it,
of
because they're used to
verifying.
use it. I already know that I sell them, so I know who has passed, but they don't even show it to me, but they gotta get accustomed.
Yeah, they have to bring their pass.
Because they don't know who's gonna be in line.
So that's the idea. Now, if they don't have a pass and they didn't bring a pass, then they need to bring $10 at the door, is what I'm thinking. So that'll help offset costs too, you know? What do we wanna do about new people? It is their very first meeting. That's a big,
They don't pay.
okay, all right, that's fine.
They still have that.
Okay, they don't pay. We're gonna keep it the same.
Is
Perfect.
that effective tonight?
Tonight, we're selling monthly passes though.
Oh, that's right.
You're selling yours, we're selling ours. Everybody's selling monthly passes, so it's gonna be a little bit, whoever you can get the link to in advance, because at BB, we have links.
Well, we,
It's
honestly,
easy.
we had our meeting on the first of the month, so our BB.
Oh, phenomenal. They're in the door. That makes our lives easier. Thursday night too, right? Saturday did too, so it's Monday
It's
night
Monday, Tuesday.
and Tuesday. Okay, that's not terrible, because you can just text message them to, you know, try to bring cash if they can, so we don't have to have a long line that everybody's buying a monthly pass. Okay, that shouldn't be horrible. That'll be good.
Then he wants to know.
If they can't bring cash for their monthly pass,
But if it's a new consultant
It's a
moving
new
in the studio for the
consultant.
first time tonight, they don't pay something.
correct, that's what we said. If it's your first, but this is the thing we have to tell new people, you don't pay tonight, but tonight is the only night you can get your monthly pass.
Right, that's what I told my girl, I was like, it's your first night, but it's your opportunity to get the monthly pass. So
Right. It is free because you're new, but you can't get the pass next week, so you might as well get it now. But but technically your first meeting is free, but we won't sell you this pass next week, so if you do 6 years, it's more than $20. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, okay, so those were logistical things that were important to me, so we like the idea of it technically being free.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yes.
Okay, good, this is gonna get us a lot of power and a lot of buy-in.
I think we need to know so that we have everybody's like accurate vote, because I could see everybody.
We'll
be
take a
like,
poll on,
well, no, what I'm saying is, I think I could easily see everybody being like, yeah, I'll pay, and then you say the amount, and they're like, oh, no. So I think
Right.
we need to know the dollar amount, like a ballpark.
Do you have any ideas so far from us?
right now, the rent that they quoted us was 900.
Uh-huh.
900,
Okay.
yeah.
No, we're not 20 directors, it's less.
No,
because it's
here
one time.
locally is, well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 not here. So if you divide by 20, it's 20 that are local. That's
But
like
wait, but who's missing? from
minus
nine?
what I'm willing to take out. No, wait, it's.
There's
it's
three
12
imported-
There's 12, no, but they're not
Here.
paying, the,
I
like,
know, I removed them.
right, so, but it's
I
12.
removed the people that were out of town from the thing.
I don't,
She's
that's
doing
still
it
20. Who's missing from here? Valeria,
Esther,
Rosie,
Diane.
Diane,
Rosie Garcia.
Esther.
That's 4.
Yvonne.
Yvonne,
5. That's it.
Mercy.
Diane,
Mercy.
We already
Mercy,
counted Diane.
Mercy.
6. I think that's it, so it's 12
So
plus
that's
6, it's 18.
and I had 19 in my account.
You had 20.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, it's
Susana,
Okay.
there's another one.
Okay, so that's 7.
Jenny.
Jenny.
And Jenny, that's
Okay.
good.
What did I divide by?
Perfect.
So we're 20.
So is it?
What did I divide by? 20?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna divide by
No.
No, it's not.
Correct.
It's 12, wait.
17.
Okay, there.
Divide by 17.
But 12 plus.
With no raffles collected, with no raffles collected, if I can get the room for.
No, you divide by 20.
It is 20.
It is 20, okay,
Yes,
20.
divided by 20.
Sorry.
Adding Susana
It's
and Jenny,
17.
it got to 20.
You were,
Do you
okay.
think Susana's gonna pay? She'll pay? Okay,
I don't see why not.
so all I did is, I know there's 30 directors. I went ahead and took myself out because I know what I'm gonna pay in advance, okay? So that leaves us to 29. Then I subtracted the 9 that are out of town. 2 in Louisiana, 1 in DC, 3 in Orlando, that's 6, and 2 in Puerto Rico, that's 8.
Okay.
So I did 21, I'm sorry, 29 minus 8 is 21. Right, it's $40 a director.
Every month.
Every time we have a rally, so it's not every month,
No.
And it could be less.
right? Correct. And wait, let me give you an example. In September, it's Camp Holiday, we're selling a ticket, because it's an all-day event. At Jumpstart, it's a rally, it's an all-day
So
ticket.
when we do that, there won't be an all area meeting that month.
It is the all-day event.
It is the all-day
And it's right, because it has a life of its own. So it would be, for example, it would for sure be July, it would for sure be November and December, February, April, May, June.
So that's 7, 6, 7, 8. So,
And
and that's the most.
And that's,
At max.
and tax deduction.
Not counting the raffles that will.
And the people, and the people who pay at the door. Because they didn't buy a monthly pass.
And new directors.
And well, every time there's a new director, it gets less. If I can get the room for the 900. Or less, hopefully. And I subtracted what I'm gonna pay to cut it even lower. Right.
I think it's good.
I think it's very affordable. It's better than asking our consultants to pay something.
Yeah,
Well, it makes them not have an excuse.
Correct, correct. Especially, okay, the other thing that once we start going to a different location, we have to set up sound. And, wait, we have a suggestion from the peanut gallery.
Well, no.
I mean,
We need a
depending
man.
on what we have as far as what the room provides versus they don't provide anything, so it's a negative thing, we have to set it up.
Tables and chairs and that's it.
Okay, so for the first one in July, I am not here, so you
Right.
cannot rely on me being one-woman tech support. I can guide you through things long distance, but what we can do is do a dry run in this room before any meeting so that people who want to learn how to set it up, because the more people we know, the more people
That
who
know
know how
how.
to set it up properly, the faster it goes. None of the pieces individually are overly heavy. Any two
No,
of us
we
together-
set up
Yeah, we set it up
The
together.
room for our entire advance, I'm sorry, Jumpstart,
Jumpstart together.
we did it by ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, you were gonna say something about Juanpi.
Yeah.
I saw
I
it.
was gonna say, wait, he can maybe commit to every Tuesday, cause he does, he works and stuff.
And I was gonna say,
But like the one that you're not there, Wampi can come. Like I can ask Wampi just to come for July, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I know about sounds, I mean, I ran a theater program,
Yeah.
so
I mean, it's.
you just tell me what to do with this one.
Yeah, and this one's very straightforward, and I can even put together, like, if we do a dry run in this room where anybody else who wants to
Yeah,
learn about it,
I got
I can
you.
literally
Do
take
we have
pictures
this?
set by set.
Yeah.
So we own all of the equipment and it lives in Keo's farmhouse thing that he has. I don't know how to explain that thing. It's literally a house on a farm. So I go down there and pick it up and then take it and then we have to set it up and then we have to pack it back up and then have to take it back down. That's really the hard part, honestly. You know, if there was a place to store it that was closer to, that would be, it cannot stay here.
In the back.
He doesn't want it here. He does not want it
Does
here.
anybody, so I tried to have, I'm working on somebody from my BNI group.
Who's a DJ?
To try and set up something.
Who does charity work?
Not just him, to try and set up something like what Kristen Sharp has, because like what Kristen Sharp did is April Week's husband,
Yeah.
DJ
Right.
Red, he records he invested in the equipment and he records all of their sessions and he sells them and that's his payment.
Yeah.
So like, Kristen doesn't pay him anything for the services of setup, tear down, recording, nothing. But then he sells the CDs, which people buy, like I buy them, like. Yeah, we used to buy tons of stuff. And I told him, I was like, listen, don't sell CDs, sell USBs, you'll sell a lot more, you know? So, but I told him, like, well, this is the gig. And he didn't really get it. So I'm gonna see if maybe I can invite him to the event. And so he can see how many people, potential buying power.
Because he would drive down.
Because like he's in Coral Gables, you know?
April Weeks has.
No. To have our own guy do that.
Tell him to
But
come tonight.
But like the person that I spoke to is like uppity, you know, but what I'm saying is, does anybody have somebody who's a DJ in their life that maybe does not have a whole company? You know what I mean? Because the guy that I spoke to has like a big company, he does weddings, whatever. It might be too small base. You know what I mean? But does anybody have like a part-time DJ or like a college kid? That's how April Week's husband started. He was like he did it for fun. You know? So, but I'm saying like, if that rings a bell, if you know somebody that would do that already has the equipment, that like, you know, he knows how to work his stuff, and we can like get him to see, like, listen, you could really make a lot of money doing this. Like, come check it out.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we have somebody that is part of the Driven area. Right. That would be willing to come to do that service because he already does it, but uses y'all's equipment. You get what I'm saying?
But we would have to pay
See,
him.
that's the,
No.
I would rather that they not use our equipment. Why?
Okay.
Because it takes hours out of my man labor to go down to the farm, pack it up I have to take all the car seats out of the car, I have to fold all the seats down. I have to drive down to the farm, then I have to load it in the car, then I have to get home, then I have to pack up the rest of the event, then I have to go to my relays, then we have to unpack it, then we have to set it up. Wait, then we have to take it down, then we have to put it back in my car, then I have to get home, then I have to deliver it before I can put car seats back in my car. And I do this for every event. I don't know a single national that does this.
The other thing is,
I can't. I need someone with equipment.
The other thing is the way that he would make money or she would make money is by recording, and we do not have the recording device, correct? No, we do not have the recording device. So again, it needs, okay, so everybody like thinking caps on, okay, like look through your Facebook, it needs to be a person who already has DJ equipment, who would either be willing to invest in or already has recording device to record quality audio that then he could sell to our consultants, and that would be his payment or her payment.
Would he provide the audio on a link that they download?
Like, it could either, whatever he wants to do, he or she wants to do. He could sell USBs, which are super cheap.
But how fast can he record those on the spot so they?
No. Always what this guy for Kristen does is there's an order form that night. You fill out the order form, you pay him that night, and he ships it to you or delivers it to you like a week later. So like you walk away with the trainings for that night recorded, and like you don't walk away with it in your hand that night. I mean, if he's super awesome, he comes out with a link instead. It's a downloadable link that's super cool. But whatever he or she wants to do to deliver the goods, like it's fine, as long as he understands that that would be his method of payment. His method of payment is he's gonna have a layer of business that happens at that meeting.
I like it.
I think it's, if I were a part-time DJ, I'd be all over it. But I think it has to be somebody that has either A, the vision to see the money that would come out of that, or B, somebody who's small time that just wants the cash. Because the guy that I talked to like brushed me off, like, oh, that's not gonna make any money.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, fine, you know.
Yeah,
it's up to
because
you.
those are DJs that make $1,000.
Because he does big weddings and big events and things like that. It needs to be somebody like, okay, so April Week's husband typically charges $25 for like all the recordings of the night. Yeah.
You know who we need? And my brain immediately went to the Pepe.
Oh, yeah.
Pepe.
They would have been really good at that.
Pepe.
I mean, we can ask.
She's like,
I'm gonna ask just because it doesn't hurt Melissa. my former sales
yeah,
director,
her husband.
And he's
good about them coming and
Yeah, he's a DJ?
more than that, yeah, and more than that, he would just love to do it.
Yeah.
That's just how
He would
He
drive down
gets
for you,
Mary
though.
Kay.
We think he will, I mean, that's where it's worth, I was just.
Does he have flexibility?
Yes, yes.
Perfect.
And it would-
He's married.
Yes.
I can ask Norman as well.
I'll ask, I'm just gonna.
I was totally messy because I don't know what unit asked, but it asked it looked like, is he single? I don't know what you asked, it's just what your face said. It sounds like he's married. Okay, so Alex asked, do you think recording it is gonna make it where people then, oh, I'm not gonna go, I'm just gonna listen to the recording? I think it'll actually get us more. It's almost like when you record a seminar and there's speeches and stuff, it makes you wanna go more.
I don't think the recording is available to buy unless you're present.
No, because they pass it along.
At all.
I think it's just gonna create more traction.
This is like, you guys, this is like, I've maybe, like, my first Mary Kay event, which I swear, like, made me, like, move to the level that I did quickly, was Ari's national debut.
That was mine
And
too.
Gloria Make
And
the
we
Wings,
bought a lot
I
of-
recorded
a lot of
all of it
CDs in
and
there.
sold all of it, and I still have Gloria's CD. Like, and I hear myself laughing in the background. 'cause we recorded our room. You know, like, so.
We bought a whole set.
Yeah,
We
and
bought a
we
whole
listen
set
to them
there.
over and over and over again. So no, I think recording it is great. I don't think it lower. I think if anything,
It creates more culture.
More culture because people are not listening to stuff because we don't have CD players anymore. So
Correct.
if we had a guy or a girl that would be willing to, like, you know, do something to help that, for sure.
So
You know
what
what would
numbers
be
do you think that they will be ranging that
Many
profit
sales?
that day? So.
How much they can sell.
Okay, so
CDs.
for example, how much does Shula's hold? How many people does Shula's hold?
The room holds 200,
200, okay.
right?
So 200, remove the directors, or let's just pretend that directors don't buy anything, remove directors, that's 20, that's 21 people, because you're minus you, so that's 179 people. Let's say that half of those people,
Bye.
179 people divided by 2, that's 90 people. 90
At $5
people times $25.
What?
No, we-
No.
No, too much.
No?
$5.
$5.
$5.
Okay, 90
He's not
people
selling a
times $5.
$25 item.
That would be
That's
$450.
$25 wholesale.
That's $450. That's normally what a DJ gets paid for an event. That's 4 hours.
A
Like,
normal, a
yeah.
DJ that starts, a DJ that does things at home.
Not to
That's-
mention
that's
that
a good pay.
the girls.
and I really
you
don't
might
think
get
that they
teachers
should charge $5 for that. I think they should charge more. I think for all the recording, like okay, so imagine like the marketing of this. So like, yeah, like you guys, DJ so and so is selling all of tonight's recordings for $10.
But I have a question.
Like at our all area event in January, there's recognition and there's training. You don't wanna record recognition.
No,
That
no,
doesn't-
you just record
So it's
the
just a training.
Yes.
Right, so that's just one thing.
Correct.
Correct.
Too small for a city.
You can only, like, I would sell that tonight's training is $5.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then the other
Focus
thing
on
is,
listening to you and not have to.
right, now we've not ever recorded our jumpstart or
Advance.
Advance. I don't think Advance is gonna be recorded this year, it's way religious or whatever. But Jumpstart, it's a matter of, do we want that recorded or is that like more real time? I like the idea of the training from the all area events recorded. Like I can see that creating culture. So whenever we have an all area event that we need a DJ, that we would record those trainings, whether it's a guest speaker, or whether it's me, or whether we have one of our directors sharing that day that the training is recorded.
How many hours are we talking, like 3-4 hours?
Including setup, say 5 hours. Because if the event starts at 7:30, they need to get there at 5:30.
I would say for business purposes, the event is 2 hours plus setup and tear down.
That's it.
The event is 2 hours plus setup and
Set up
tear
and
down.
break down, it takes 30 minutes to set up, 30 minutes to break down, that's no more than that. So it's 30 minutes, 3 hours.
They have to set up for a projector
No, yeah,
and
I
they
would
gotta
say, I
do a
would say
run
it's
through.
actually 4 hours, but the way that you
Correct.
tell the DJ is it's a 2
Your
hour
event is
event
2
plus
hours.
your setup and tear down, whatever that takes.
Which
They
is,
know- they know.
yeah,
Yeah, they know what
they
that
know what
takes.
that takes. We can do it at 7. I did 7:30 just because if people are far away, it gives them extra time to drive in.
We had people here at 6:45 last month.
Because they didn't wanna park upstairs. That was very smart of them.
Well, so
That's what they told me. I walked in, I was like, what are you guys doing here? They're like, we're not parking upstairs. They're like, you guys are so smart. At night, anybody can park downstairs. It's only in the daytime that we have to park upstairs. And on Saturdays, we could park anywhere too. That was part of our purchase contract here.
We can park along the side of the street.
You're allowed to park on the side of the
On this
street,
side,
on the grass, on both sides of the street. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm clean.
I don't see it.
Okay, so we're gonna be on the search for a DJ for the 11th. Okay, I'm gonna talk today about the 11th, so they all put it in their calendar, and I'm gonna mention that when you have your monthly pass, it's free. So make sure you go to your weekly success meeting, get your monthly pass, it's free, otherwise it's $10 at the door. Okay, does that sound good? Location to be determined, because we're looking, we don't fit here anymore. Sounds good? Okay, awesome. All right, let's talk about, summer beauty school. Sounds good? Okay, then we gotta do dance practice. So, it doesn't matter to me what summer beauty school program you wanna do. Like, if you wanna use the one with the flyer that, Holiday already did, you can. I tried to buy it for all of us and I couldn't. She said I had to buy one for every date, location, and time. Right, and I was like, well, that's gonna be like $650, so I'm not doing that, okay? But if your night, like let's pretend Thursday night at Beauty Boutique wants to do those 8 weeks, then you go on her website and you can change the dates, the supplies, the whatever. The great thing about hers is that it matches the closing set sheets that Monica already has with Pink Printing. So if you go to pinkprinting.com, for example, for Summer Beauty School, my meeting Saturday will buy 10 of those closing set sheets to have underneath the trays of the guests. So when it's time to close the sale, they flip it over and there it has the special where they get their brush set at half off that day and that day only. And they can take that special, whatever we're doing today, Smoky Eye, for $99. It's like a little bundle. Okay, so they really have stuck with kind of like the things we've done prior. Choices that you're gonna wanna make at your weekly success meeting when you do your summer beauty school is, are the consultants gonna sit with their guests? Are the consultants gonna be out in the skincare classroom, or are you gonna keep them in another room? Where we're teaching the consultants in one room and the guests in the other, okay?
And that worked out great.
Yeah.
They taught us. And we also think we also, your strategy,
The other way, you did it 1 year and
yeah,
never again.
yeah, but your strategy, like your brain was saying last year that we actually can teach them not only what we're doing summer beauty school, but we're teaching them how to like,
Do their own
do
makeup.
how to do it as a consultant to
Yeah.
a guest too. We can talk more freely almost with them.
Yeah, it's much more impromptu. Okay, so because they in the other room are putting it on themselves,
Right.
correct?
Right.
Then in order for you to have a lot of guests, you as directors are gonna wanna supply the supplies for the guests. Because most consultants do not have enough supplies to do both.
Yeah, we did that last year.
And as long as you as a director say, I will have everything for the guests, but I do not have everything for guests and consultants, you need to bring your own stuff. Get your supplies. Get your supplies, because if you don't have your supplies, you can't do your own makeup. I will provide for your guests, okay? The only thing they do need to provide for their guests is a brush set. And you open it up right in front of them and show them. You can use sponge tip applicators, or you can use this, and you get the whole thing half off today. Just like Lori Hodges taught us. Real simple. Okay? So the goal is that their guests leave so that, and that's all coaching, you guys. That is literally all coaching. When I had guests at Summer Beauty School, they leave with their half price brush set. I've never not sold it. I mean, this one brush at MAC was $55, and you're gonna get our whole collection for $27.50. It's a no-brainer. They show up with their 20. This is the other thing is that when you're coaching guests to already think that way, you don't have broke people showing up. Like, we do not want teeny boppers in here and broke people. Please coach your consultants. This is not for you to have a teeny bopper in here or broke people. I don't want just anybody walking through the door. Like, coach people. You know what I mean? Because we want them to graduate. Okay, your unit, your meeting night can decide what you're gonna have as a gift for your graduates. I don't need to get involved in all that, okay? I know one year I did the skin for the compact, which they loved. If you guys need that, just, email us. But what I am gonna recognize is on September 16th at Camp Holiday, I will recognize everyone who graduated. You will provide the certificates for your people, and I will recognize them. Sounds good? Okay, so that's what I'm gonna talk about tonight. Summer Beauty School is gonna begin. Your director is gonna tell you when. Your director is gonna tell you where. Your director is gonna give you a supply list. You need to have your supplies, okay? You know what I would love to do? Like if I can tonight, I gotta go do my timed outline. I haven't done that yet. I would love to do some of my makeup in front of them for them to see the difference of why they need all the things on the list and not just some of the things. That or I could do a video. One of the two.
Yeah. Are the guests that bring the consultants that are graduating, is that because they brought a guest each time?
Okay, no.
Okay, that's what I want.
Graduation is that they came to all the meetings.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Graduation is their personal attendance.
I brought guests.
Gift.
Got it.
We did it that way last year. You might get both or you might get one.
Right.
You control what you can control. I think you need to let them know what their gift is in advance because they'll be more motivated.
Any ideas on that? Because I'm like all out of ideas. You guys are so creative. I love stuff. We did tumblers one time.
The skin for the compact.
Yeah, but
The skins, I'm great with doing the
I don't
skins. I
like
love
those
this.
little things.
I don't even
Like,
know.
I'm like, what? I was going.
You guys are at complex.
We did tumblers, I think, last year.
I honestly, just so y'all know, I gave it to them on the compact. I put it on the compact. I just paid for the I gave them a compact with a sticker on it.
Yes.
Christine, I don't like to write in my Bible. I'm like weird with certain things. I don't like to put a sticker on my car.
We'll do it for you. Como dijo Jessica. Yeah, I can order them.
I love the stickers.
I do too.
I love the stickers because it helps me like distinguish my compact.
That's why I like it. It's functional. I can tell which compact is which compact by the sticker on top, and I love that. It's functional. If you guys think of another
compacts that I have myself.
yeah, they cannot buy it.
I actually missed that from Barry King Worker. Barry King Worker, when he was a leadership. We haven't gotten one in forever. I hurt myself.
No, the money
No.
one, that money one.
Oh, hang around me, you make more money.
What do we want the skin to say?
That's what she just said.
I know, but we don't really have that. Something like "Hello, beautiful" or
You can create your own.
I create album.
Yeah.
I do whatever I want.
Nice.
I'm like a pink
What is that
unicorn.
case?
I'm magical.
By the way, you owe us a list of magical super secret places to get gifts.
I do.
Ooh,
I wanna know how you get yours. I've asked you and you're.
Me?
Oh, read by the again, no response.
Look at her. She's like, please don't make me tell you in front of Art
That's
because I
fine.
pay more than I should. Thank you, Lisa. Okay, so let's talk about summer beauty school. Yes, so far we're all good. Now listen, if I'm gonna, the only reason I need your buy-in here is because I'm gonna make the little book. And then they buy the little book, you guys buy the book, we get you the book, whatever. Because we like okay, so things that do not leave my color case. I have a little bag with all my color, and anybody who's ever been here with me when I do Academy Glam is this. This is the first years and this is the second years. These books are like to die for. In the back, it always has a list of supplies that they need to order, you know, so that it's like a shopping list of what they need to buy. Summer beauty school supply list. Yeah, which makes it real easy and real awesome, okay? So Enid and I started this on Saturday, and I really liked some of the things that Holiday put on her list of summer beauty school supplies. Give me 1 second, let me get my list here. I could not find my stapler last night, thus this current situation I'm in right now. Okay, here it is. All right, you're gonna wanna write these down. The front cover is gonna say, summarize your beauty. Do you like that? Summarize your beauty. Instead of enhance your eyes, we'll do energize. Isn't that cute? Okay, all right. Summarize your beauty. It'll say easy tips, new looks, must-have skincare, whatever. All right, so these are the classes we have so far. You're gonna write them down. And then we'll go back and number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever we're doing, okay? Waterproof summer look, which we all know is our dash with the door. Smoky eye. Cat eye and red lip. Because people need to learn how to do that.
Hooded eyes is so horrible to do it.
I have a hooded eye.
And Lori Hawk said it, that hooded eyes are the hardest to do a cat eye.
Yeah.
Can't deal. It's so annoying.
Yes, she's got good guy.
I need to.
Matte lips. Energize, and instead of I-Z-E, it's and then eyes, E-Y-E-S at the end, energize.
Energize.
Energize. Energize.
Energy, hyphen eyes.
Yeah, energize.
Yeah, it looks weird, but yeah.
Because people want to know how to do. This, by the way, it is not a natural eye, and it is not a dramatic eye, it's a neutral eye, which is what I wear all the time. Christine always has a neutral eye, so does Romy. What is a neutral eye? You could tell we're wearing makeup, but our eye looks enhanced. Does that make sense? It's not natural, it is not dramatic. That's an energize. Like, if I took this off, I would look really tired, if I don't already. Okay. Love your selfie look. Love your selfie. And this one's highlighting and contouring everything you need for the perfect pictures for social media. Okay, love your selfie. The next one is flawless face. I just wanted to call it 5 tricks for looking flawless, because it's in the lookbook. I don't know if you saw that. There's a whole page on the lookbook called 5 tricks for looking flawless. And I think that's what we've got.
So 7.
Wow brows, thank you, wow brows.
Didn't you say you wanted to keep it to 6?
I don't know, we're gonna figure it out. Because every time I try to get it to 6, it makes one class too long.
Matte lips can combine with wild brows.
See, that's the thing, is we were talking about it, and once you start doing the list of supplies, you're like, oh, that's gonna take too long. So we originally had matte lips with the wild brows, but when we looked at all the supplies you had to have for that class, we were like, that's gonna take a long time to do both. Not because of anything.
Which is the contour class.
Love your selfie.
So the wild brows, did we say that?
We were gonna put wild brows with the selfie, with the love your selfie. Why? You guys, if you highlight and contour a face without eyebrows, it looks really bad. Okay, so we can put love your selfie and wild brows together.
So then it's 7.
Right now. We'll see where we're at. There was another class called So Cheeky, and I thought it was so cute. And there's one more, so cheeky. Isn't that cute? So cheeky. It's really cute. And the last one is brushes 101. Like, if we start with this brush is for this brush is for this is how you work this brush, and this is the science behind brush using.
Can we do so
Like
cheeky
how you
with
hold a
matte?
brush, all of the brush things.
Can we do so cheeky with matte lips?
So cheeky could be with matte lips. Those are great.
So take out.
We'll put them together. Bare palette. Then there's the smoky eye, we use the bare palette, and then there's the cat eye. We could easily, see, the thing about cat eye is you could put cat eye with a flawless face.
That's true.
Right, but cat eye with red lip is like a thing.
Yeah.
Right,
Why
so
would
then
you
you
flawless
can't-
face with cat eye and red lip?
It's a flawless face.
If you put all the supplies on there, it cuts up. Because in order to do the red lip, you have to have satin lips, lip primer, lip liner, lipstick, and lip gloss, so it looks like that perfect red.
Could whatever the first eye class be combined with the brushes 101, because
I
you
was
have
gonna
to
say
go
energize
through
and
the
brushes
brush.
101.
Yeah.
Or even
Or
smoky
even
eyes?
smoky, because
Or,
Yeah, whatever first eye class we do should be combined with the brushes, because then you have an understanding of what the brushes are.
Yeah.
to do that.
Do you guys like the 6-week idea? Sorry. Okay, so the flawless look, when you look in the catalog, if you have the catalog, it says gift, makeup, meltdown, and cold shoulder. Learn the spacing you must. And it has things like
We can do the baking idea.
I think we could maybe like add that in, because
Even the cheese.
that could work.
What'd you say?
And if chocolate was like all over that.
And I don't know what happened. It's Hawaii. It's Hawaii. It was Hawaii, I love it.
Oh my God, it's Hawaii. You have like Tahiti or something in there now.
Yomi just told Ines, el Espíritu Santo está all up in your space.
What did she say? What did you say?
Why don't we combine waterproof summer look with the flawless face?
Yeah, that makes sense.
I just saw Alex go through it. For the first time in a long time.
So that is.
That was awesome. Okay. Okay, so we have to decide what class we want to start with.
Flawless.
Probably flawless faces.
Okay, so we will call the class, what if we call the class 5 tricks for looking flawless, and underneath it we'll put waterproof your summer look.
Perfect.
Okay, so let me write that down.
What is it, 5?
5 tricks to look
Tricks or
flawless.
Waterproof your summer look. So that'll be class 1, okay? Mhm.
So that's number 1. And we're starting this on different weeks, all of us. right?
You can start whenever your meeting needs to. I don't think that matters. Do whatever you need to do. I'm just celebrating graduates and helping it launch and getting that book out.
As before September, you're done before September.
Yeah, as long as you're done,
The second summer fall starts September 21.
Right.
Through September.
Okay, class 2, I feel very strongly that it should be love yourself. Because if you don't know how to highlight and contour and brow yourself, I know it. Yeah.
Are we doing it with the brush set, with the brushes? Still gotta-
Every class is with brushes
No.
always.
So what?
Brush 101.
So we can go down to 6 classes, or we're still keeping it at 7 classes?
We haven't
Because we're at
combined
7
the-
classes.
We have 7 classes now, we haven't combined the brushes.
Brush line, brushes.
We can easily combine the brushes with the love yourself look. Because you have to use all, no, you have to use all those brushes to create that look. There's not one brush that won't get used.
For the contour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'll use every brush on teach them stuff.
That'll be the second class then.
And I'll be-
Okay, so we will call it, what do we wanna call that class? We wanna call it highlighting and contouring? Do you like it where it's called love yourself -E, I-E?
Yes.
Love yourself. Do you wanna know what product we're gonna use on this class? I'm so glad it's number 2. The heart-shaped
Oh, I love
compact.
it. I've been
And
using it.
we could also call this class Beauty on a Mission.
It's not everyone
Love
loves
yourself.
yourself, so I think maybe like just love yourself and then IE, or love your, or.
I have love yourself, and then there's an IE in parentheses, kind of like the red campaign from Gap.
Uh-huh. That's,
Okay,
that's why I thought.
love yourself, and then IE. Okay,
In a heart.
it almost seems like etc. Love
And
yourself, IE,
in a heart.
etc.
Put it
Oh
in a
my God,
heart.
this is such great marketing.
Put it in a heart. Then it
Oh, wait. And this is where we do the bob brows also, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, like brows and
And contouring.
So how do we say that? Love yourself, including wall brows.
Okay, so underneath it, the tagline will be, wow your brows. What else could we put? Brushes?
Brushes, one.
Well, they have to know it's highlighting and contouring somehow.
Yeah, but then we have to have a contour.
They have to know it's highlighting and
Wide
contouring.
brush.
Like while you're brown.
I'm just saying.
How will they know it's highlighting contouring?
Love yourself, see, and underneath it.
But they're not gonna know it's highlighting.
Well, unless you're like brushing on, highlighting, contouring.
Then what
Say it
about
again.
brown?
Brushing on, highlight, well, you
While
wet
you
your brows
brows.
and brush on your highlight and contour.
Brushers.
Brush up.
I wish we could just say strobe and carve, but people don't know what that means.
We did that last year. We have to say.
Do they?
We did that.
While you browse,
If they ask, you gotta know how to answer, that's all.
because instead of while your brows, you say carve your brows. That's the way you say it. Or we could just say love yourself. Learn to strobe and carve with brushes 101.
It could just be learn to strobe and carve, like, I think the fact that we know.
We
that
don't
we're
need
doing-
brushes
we-
101.
Well,
So
we know that we're doing brushes 101, we know that that's gonna be the introduction to the brushes. But the draw for the people who are taking the class is the brows and the highlight and contour.
The first time.
I know what we put, hot trend. Learn to strobe and carve, or hot trend, or trendy now, strobing and carving.
Yeah, because if you're doing the stuff like that, it's like the
Love yourself.
like
Trending
YouTube
now,
makeup.
strobe and carve. Strobing and carving, or strobe and carve?
Strawberry card.
I like that.
Strawberry card, because you did. You did.
I like that. Love yourself, see,
You did it.
by strobing.
Romy, marketing break. Love your selfie, and then underneath it, trendy now, strobe and carve, or strobing and carving. Or hot trend, or trendy now. The lookbook says it,
I don't like the trending now,
no?
why do you need to convince me that's trending?
Because people don't know what the word strobe or carve is.
Right.
That's the only reason you wanna put in the word trend.
Kim Kardashian look.
I like don't want that woman's name next to
No, just
anything.
kidding.
See, hot new trend, multi-masking, you have to tell people it's a trend.
Well, because that is a trend, but strobing and carving was a trend last year. Like they
It
just.
still is.
Well, because now it's required. It's not a trend anymore. Now it's a matter of fact. Now it's like, if you don't do it, you haven't done your makeup right.
Okay,
The secret
but the
of-
reality is that most people
They're so
that we
hot.
attract as customers or as consultants
Don't know.
have never even heard the word strobe.
Yeah, they're not cut up yet.
Right, so take yourself back a few years.
Yeah,
And
so wait,
restart.
so what was the first line?
Love yourself.
Love yourself.
Yeah, but for though it needs to be a class.
Yeah, they have to know where the class is.
brows.
No, we do that part of the class.
That is carving. I would say something like,
Or perfecting your face.
I was thinking something
Perfecting
more
your
along like the
face.
perfect face.
Get camera ready.
Like,
We have-
like that.
We have camera ready
Get camera
here.
ready.
Do you want camera
I
ready?
like
Get
that.
camera ready?
Ready. Yes. Thank you, Alex. Good job.
Get camera ready. Any taglines?
No, love yourself.
Put an emoji.
Love yourself. Get camera
Put
ready.
an emoji on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had that too.
We did, we had all
Yeah,
of that,
we had
yes. Okay. But they thought of it, you know.
No, but I knew the emoji. I'm talking about the picture, not that fabulous line.
Question though, should we say like, what if they have the same guest come every week? Should we tell them, okay, since they brought the brushes the first class, like bring the brush back every time so they can use the same brush set? Like,
Yeah.
that would be smart, right? To have them,
Well, sometimes,
Because
because they have guests come back, I had that happen in the first year, but you try to have a different guest each time. But yeah, I definitely had.
These are
guests.
people who win no matter what.
whenever.
But she came
They-
on that second time, she became a consultant, and
Right.
still a consultant.
When are we
Cool, famous.
When are we actually teaching them?
Strobing and carving class, the first videos that come out.
It's
are
me.
Tanya and Millie. No. Yeah, I'm Tanya.
We're
Just kidding. Solidly drunk.
I love it.
Like, let's do this. All rules.
You're
I'm so
cool.
No.
We typically do something, because if not, they're gonna look too.
But you can also show
Yeah.
the trick of using a highlight or a contour on your eye.
Okay, all right, so
So that's
Number
class
three.
two.
love your selfie, get camera ready.
Right.
Okay, got it. And in there is highlighting, contouring, and wow brows and brushes. All of that is in there. Okay, got it. Class number 4, because from what I could, 3, thank you. Class number 3. I like cheeky and matte lips.
Get cheeky with these.
Get
I would do an
Get
eye.
cheeky with it.
I have 2 eyes, so I would get them
separated. Okay, so which ones do we want to do? Cat eye and red lips.
That's probably the easiest one to start with.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not gonna take as much time. Okay, so we'll do the cat eye and red lips is number 3, right? Then we'll go back and do So Cheeky with matte lips. Did you guys like that line that Mabel came up with? So Cheeky with matte lips. Okay. And then number 5 would be, do we want to do number 5 smoky eye or energize or enhance your eyes? Okay.
Yeah, the smoky eye is a rank.
Yeah, that's kind of like the final.
So number 5, do you guys like energize?
Energize.
I have it here on my phone. If I can find the image, I'll post it.
That was behind this energize.
This is your neutral eye.
And then number 6 would be smoky eye.
Yeah. That's good.
Okay, this is what I need help with, okay? So making the invitations for each one, so that it's generic, so that we can add in just the location and the dates and the time, okay? She has 8 of them. She has different names for hers.
So can we change that one?
No, she doesn't let you change anything. That was the problem.
Looking for sentence or inspiration.
Yeah, so you can use them for inspiration, but I don't think we're gonna be able to use them.
No, there's a ton of images
Well,
out
the manual.
there. Images out there.
So let me see if I can, I'm the wrong place.
We need the supplies too, or we
We're
can-
gonna go through the supplies, but we have to dance, so I'll go through the supplies that are either time.
All right, I'll make the invitations.
Okay,
I'll-
phenomenal.
With the name, with these names, I can make it happen, and I'll just have the image, the name, and leave plenty of space for you guys to just add what your location, meeting night, and date on it. And what I could even do is I can do a sample in like Pic Collage, so that we know that we can all get the same font, so that we know that adding in those.
Oh, right, well, just make it so that they get added in Oswald. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Lisa Michelle, can you have an empty one for the Spanish directors?
Yeah.
So that we can.
Yeah, or if you wanna text me what the Spanish title would be, I can type in Spanish, I just can't speak it. I booked somebody entirely in Spanish on my cell phone, but I was using a translator app.
I know what I was gonna say, we need to teach how to match foundation in the flawless face one. Right?
But we only need to teach that to the consultants, we don't need to do that with the guests.
Correct.
So that's just part of.
For whatever class you think,
And just a logistical question for at least this particular space. I've found in the past when we separate the consultants and the guests, that we actually have more consultants who are doing the class than the guests.
yes.
So for during that time period, do we want to switch where the guests have their makeover? Do we want to put the guests in the smaller where they have the
We do that
consultants up here? I just want to say it out loud so that it wasn't like assumed, oh, of course, that's what we're gonna do. So.
Okay. Okay. We have to dance, we'll do our supply list on Monday on the conference call. How does that sound? Does that sound good?
Karen sent you.
Oh, good. What did Karen
She
say?
said, number 1, how will hub consultants feel recognized at their respective hubs for their earring recognition?
Okay,
And then number 2 is, will the diamond circle stickers be mailed to hubs after tonight? And number 3, I already answered. She wanted to know if she can give out the Zoom.
okay. Tell her, has Anna Maria responded to you? Anything. I'm alive, I'm working on it. She hasn't replied to anything.
But okay,
Okay, ask her to email the diamond circle stickers to Karen. Tell Karen if she has any circle paper, if she has sticker paper and scissors that she could print on, label paper. She has labels that she could print on, but then she could put it in the circle. Okay, we'll email her. For Hub's recognition,
I think first we have to perfect.
If we have Zoom, what
Zoom.
Zoom allows you to interact with the other people without it going crazy. So as long as we can get Zoom to work, we can put their face on the screen.
correct, we'd have to project it
Right,
up onto the screen.
right.
So tell Karen our goal now during practice is to project Zoom up on the screen. If that doesn't work, she is to text message the names of her winners to you.
I'll have her text message them to me.
Yeah, and that way we can, and we'll do that for all the hugs. And what was the last question?
That was it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, got it. Okay, so Monday we do our supplies. Deal? Okay, so bring your thinking brain ready, and then, what I'm going to tell the consultants tonight is this. The supply list for MK, the supply list, they will have it by Tuesday before STAR quarter ends so that they can finish their STAR by getting all of their supplies for summer beauty school.
Do you want me to do what I did for you last year when you made a list and I literally put the shopping list into Touch?
I wanted to look like this year, like it did my first year, because it was more effective.
Okay.
It really literally went into the manual.
If it comes to us, if you're thinking about
This was more effective. And I did it by class, that's exactly right. And if it was from prior class, it said from prior class. I feel like we had, 2 years ago, people had better supplies than last year.
Yeah. I agree.
And it's because it was in the manual. Last year's manual did not have that, so people were like lost, like DTs. And I'm gonna put the supply list at the beginning. Like you need these supplies.
So, are we gonna have a pick collage type thing to tell them about these supplies of the manual are not done in time for them to order?
Right, that's what I'm telling them, to check the Driven app on Tuesday
For the supplies.
for the supply list. Or that, or I'll email it out to the whole area,
Yeah. And then we'll
so that they can finish their STAR. Yeah, and it'll look just like that. That way they can get their stuff. And that their directors will tell them when it starts.
Make sure the prices are cheap.
I have to do a whole room. Yeah, it's not even the same. If it was the same, it'd be done, but it's not done. None of this is the same.
And we do this Zoom before we do the dance.
Yes, okay. Thank you to our online hubs. We're gonna say goodbye to you. Thank you for sticking in there with Summer Beauty School. So we have 6 classes, right? Yay! Say bye to the people of the world. Tell them we love you. Thank you for being on. Look, thank them for not getting on their Wi-Fi. Tell them what good girls they were. They didn't knock you down. I love you. I'll see you tonight. And my goal is to have us up before 7:30 at 7. Okay, you'll have your link so we can get up. Okay, we're gonna practice Zoom now. Bye.